Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is awesome.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed. And you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blue 10 Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit blue10design.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mixing Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Quarriers helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at quarriers.com. Quarriers, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
There's no better way to bring in the new year than with a new Deere. And Grossenberg Implement has a huge selection of new John Deere equipment as well as specials on used equipment from John Deere and other brands. Get dependable agricultural, residential, and commercial equipment at Grossenberg Implement with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. Stop by to visit with a sales professional today or go to grossenberg.com to browse the new and used inventory. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
From inside the birdcage, it is always a tough matchup when the Vermillion boys meet Dell Rapids. And this is a Quarriers team that is certainly trending in the right direction when it comes to girls hoops. Good evening, I'm Heath Nimke here on the Live Ticket TV pregame show on Vermillion Tanagers Live. He'll be back with Cole Larsch once again for tonight as we get you set for this doubleheader in the DAC 12 between the Dell Rapids Quarriers and the Vermillion Tanagers. A lot to get into this evening. And as we always like to do, we're going to begin on the boys' side of the pregame show just to give you a quick little snippet of what is coming up later on tonight. This is a Vermillion boys team that picked up easy win, let's call it, against Crow Creek on Tuesday. And now they get ready to take on a Dell Rapids team with a new head coach of Larry Aker, who might be a little bit of a familiar name if you follow along to the Vermillion girls last year. They beat Coach Larry Aker in the Winter Warriors to make it to the state tournament. But I digress. Larry Aker takes over for the Dell Rapids boys basketball team, and a lot of great talent that Dell Rapids has had over the years. We know, of course, about what they do on the football side, but things are a little bit different this year when it comes to basketball. They come in 8-5 and still trying to find their way not only in the DAC 12 but also within the region. The Dell Rapids boys are third currently in the region. And by the way, when it comes to the Vermillion boys, the way this season is going, they could, and it almost seems like they would have to win out, going 17-3 if they want to get a good spot in the region and avoid a crazy good Sioux Falls Christian team that was put up to the ropes in the first half against T-Area the other night. In fact, I would say when watching that game, T-Area had exactly what it takes to beat Sioux Falls Christian. Now, the game did end 80-51, so you just got to play it all four quarters. But I digress. Now looking at the Vermillion girls side of things, trying to get back to a state tournament, trying to defend that Class A state title, and things are not going to be easy for the Vermillion girls. A lot still left on their schedule, including the Sacred Hoops Classic coming up this weekend, which plays Parkston. Again, Parkston no longer a part of the Class A side, but now Class B, and they have been dominant this year down in Class B. And yet still some big teams left on the schedule, including Sioux Falls Christian and Dakota Valley before they wrap up their season. One saving grace for the Vermillion girls is their ability to play a majority of those games right here at the Birdcage, and they are going to need all the help they can get as, again, they get ready for a tough rest of their season. But tonight it is the Dell Rapids Quarriers, as I mentioned, a team that is trending in an upward direction. I know when you look at their record at 5-10, you would say trending upward. Well, you got to remember this Dell Rapids team the past 2 years has not won more than five games in 2 seasons combined. So them winning 5 games so far this season has them heading in the right direction. But one other thing you have to remember about Dell Rapids is they've also lost some close games so far this season, so they are going to certainly test the Vermillion Tanagers, and it will be interesting to see what they're capable of tonight against Vermillion. Like I said, I'm Heath Nimke along with Cole Larsch. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll break down more of the playoff picture, the region, and also talk more about the boys and their matchup against Sturgis. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
to drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Inside the birdcage as we get you set for this doubleheader in the DAC 12 between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Dell Rapids Quarriers. Good evening, I'm Heath Nimke along with Cole Larsch getting us set for this matchup here tonight. We have plenty to get to in our pregame show, including our conversation with head coach John Brooks, talking in depth more about his group and seeing where his team is at. Again, that's coming up a little bit later on here in our pregame show. Right now in the JV game, 47-19, Dell Rapids is beating the Vermillion Tanagers, and there's a lot to get into when it comes to where we're at in the season, kind of at the 3/4 mark, at least on the girls' side. The boys' side, a little bit past halfway, and we're going to begin there in our pregame show to talk a little bit more when it comes to the region on the boys' side. For Dell Rapids and for Vermillion. Vermillion continues to find themselves in 4th place right now within the region, still behind Sioux Falls Christian, Lennox, and Dakota Valley. By the way, Dakota Valley and Sioux Falls Christian play each other tonight down in North Sioux City. That one expected to be a very exciting game for both the boys and the girls. As I mentioned, Vermillion is in 4th, Beersford in 5th, Elk Point, Jefferson, and Canton round out the bottom there. But Cole, Vermillion, it seems like at this point, if they want to have a chance of moving up in the rankings, they've already lost to Sioux Falls Christian and Lennox, still have Dakota Valley on the schedule here at the Birdcage coming up in a couple of weeks, but it feels like this Vermillion team would need to win out if they want to grab the 3rd spot within the region.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. It's simply a matter of
They're obviously going to play some good teams coming up, but then they round out their season schedule with Canton and Parker, a combined 4 wins in the season. So at this point, we're thinking you need all the seed points you can get. They're almost a full seed point behind Dakota Valley. They're both at 9-3. Dakota Valley at 43.5 seed points. Vermillion 42.750. So, I mean, it's going to take a big jump. It's going to take a lot of big wins. Also, maybe a couple of key losses from Dakota Valley there. But like you said, they play each other right here in the birdcage. Plenty of opportunity to get some points there. But like you said, every game becomes more important as we go on because the seed points are so close. I mean, it's going to take, I think, 17-3. Maybe there's a shred of hope that 16-4 gets you that 3 seed.
By the way, fans, when you look at the end of the season for the Vermillion boys, it's a very interesting end to their schedule because of one factor that we don't talk much about because we want to avoid it. The weather has been spectacular. Another 57-degree day, but it feels like weather is still going to come, that we are going to get some type of snow. It would be in Vermillion's favor if they almost weren't able, if you will, to reschedule the last 2 games against Canton and Parker. But of course, we don't want that to happen. When there's 20 games on the schedule, you would like to play all 20. And by the way, February 21st, the Vermillion boys play Ponca. That is the last day that Ponca can play high school hoops in the state of Nebraska, so that game must happen when it happens. Otherwise, Vermillion would be missing a game on their schedule potentially because of the weather. Other team that's in tonight's matchup on the boys' side is Dell Rapids. Again, they come in 8-5, currently 3rd within the region. West Central and Flandreau is in front of them. Baltic behind them a little ways yet, behind Dell Rapids. But Cole, maybe the surprise is Dell Rapids is in 3rd within this Region 3A that lost Sioux Falls Christian, a team that always felt like they were competing for the number 2 spot. All of a sudden finds themselves trying to fight for one of the top spots within the region.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely doable because when you look at their region standings, obviously 8-5 right now, 3rd. I mean, they're almost locked in there. They're a point better, a seed point better than Baltic right now, who is in 4th. And they're a seed point and a half behind Flandreau right now, who's in 2nd. West Central is 4 seed points above them completely. And then you look at the rest of their schedule. I mean, they've got some winnable games, but also some tough games in there as well. Groton, that'll be tough. Flandreau, who's ahead of them, that'd be a key game for them if they can beat them, maybe leapfrog them. And they got Tri-Valley and Garrettson in there, and sandwich in between them, DAC 12 opponents in Dakota Valley and Lennox. So maybe not the best of records left on their schedule to maybe get some seed points, but they're going to have some tough games, and they're going to need all the wins they can get. I mean, I think 15-5, I don't even think that gets them in the 2 spot, even if they beat Flandreau right now. So I think, as much as we always like to say every game is very important, I don't think they can even jump up to the 2 at this point.
And by the way, fans, we won't get into the politics of it all, but there is a lot of politics involved. Dell Rapids plays Groton area in the DAC 12 NEC. At one point on Sunday, they were supposed to play Sturgis. A lot of different things happened after that, and they played Groton area. And as we know, Vermillion boys are now going to be playing Sturgis instead of at 11:45. Still as the 5th seed, they will be playing at 1:15 because the travel situation for Sturgis, who does have a game on Friday evening and would like some extra time to get over to Madison. And with the game at night, they would like just a little bit more time rest. Like I said, a lot of different politics that went into those decisions. We're not going to get into it all. On the girls' side of the region standings, Vermillion currently sits in at the 4th spot. Depending on where you look at, the proper spot, though, is to be looking at the varsity bound, not the SD score feed spot, where, again, Vermillion is 4th, where Elk Point Jefferson is currently in 3rd of the overall standings. But, Cole, whether it's 3rd or 4th, Vermillion has no luck of claiming a number 1 spot, or maybe even really getting a number 2, as Dakota Valley, Sioux Falls Christian, one of them will be still undefeated after tonight on the girls' side. The other one will be in 2nd place.
Yeah, and I think if you just look at the region as a whole as well, I mean, here's your records right now. 12-0, 12-0, 10-2, 10-3, 8-5, 9-4, 8-6. Spencer really tried to do the math before Thursday. He said, at least in the boys' side of thing, that Region 4 was maybe the third toughest based on region. I'd say definitely on the girls' side, they've got to be number one. You have 2 out of the last 3 remaining undefeated teams. The next 2 have a combined 20 wins and 5 losses. So, I mean, you've got to be on point because as you kind of look as they kind of round out their schedule, obviously some tough games coming on, but with those tough opponents, you get good seed points if you lose, really good seed points if you win. But you also have to be careful that they don't kind of slip down right now. Everybody's looking ahead. Obviously, you want to project that they win the games. You project that they move up into that 3 spot instead of Elk Point and Jefferson. But this is also a case just based on the fact that all these teams below them can kind of go on a little bit of a run, maybe catch some fire, and they start jumping up spots that Vermillion could even fall. So as we keep going, just 7 games left in the season, it seems like we keep on harping on all year. As long as you're in the Region 4, as long as you're in the DAC 12, every game's going to be tough. Every game's going to be really important, but it's very, very important for Vermillion, even if they just want to keep their 4 spot, let alone move up.
And by the way, when you combine all the teams within this region, a combined 20 losses. The next closest one is 47 when you combine everyone's losses. So that's just how good this Region 4A is. And by the way, fans, it's never going to change, or at least it's going to be this way for quite some time. Cole, taking a look at Dell Rapids, again, a team that is surging, currently 5-10 within Region 3. Have Flandreau, Tri-Valley, West Central in front of them. Garrettson has, of course, taken a step back after they had some great years, but looks like for this Dell Rapids team, they might be officially locked in there at that number 4 spot if the way things just play out as they're supposed to.
Yeah, and I think if you just kind of look at their season as a whole as well, I mean, this is one of those teams where I was kind of high on them coming into the season. You know, obviously you look at them right now, 5-10, but they've had a lot of tough games, a lot of close losses, and you look at, this is one of those where sometimes some people would say, well, they've lost the games they should have and they've won the games they should have as well, just based on the opponent's record. But they've been in a lot of these close games with these good teams. I mean, 5-10 kind of surprises me, but they're also a young team. Like you said earlier, they're building up. There's been a couple of building years for them. I mean, this is a team where, like you said, probably locked into that 3, 4, 5 area, just based on maybe how down their region is so far this season. But this is a talented squad with nothing but upside ahead of them.
Before we go to commercial break, I do want to look at the premier game, or premier games, if you will, down in North Sioux City, Dakota Valley, and Sioux Falls Christian. Cole, I want to say you have seen Dakota Valley, Sioux Falls Christian girls? I know you've seen the Sioux Falls Christian boys, obviously. Have you seen Dakota Valley boys? My take is, what do you think about those 2 games tonight? Who do you think is going to win? I'll give you my take as well, as I have seen all 4 of them play.
I think we're going to see 2 very good games. It's just going to be one of those deals where I've seen Sioux Falls Christian boys play now 3 times this year, I believe, when you kind of count everything into it. They are a very, very, very good team. I mean, you look at their roster, you might think, oh, they only got 11 guys on the roster, but they can throw any 11 of them out there and be very good. They're going to, on the boys' side, they're going to be a tough team to handle. Dakota Valley's going to give them everything they can. They always do. It seems like no matter how many people they graduate, they always bring in more. On the boys' side, though, I'm projecting about a 5-point, maybe 10-point win for Sioux Falls Christian. Going to be a very tough game. On the girls' side, I've gotten a chance to watch a couple games, not in person, but just virtually. And I know that Dakota Valley, at least for me, has been in the top 2, top 3 teams all season. I don't know if you can quite call this an upset, but watch out for the Dakota Valley girls. They have a lot of talent, a lot of speed as well, and they're very good defensively. I think that first game is going to be very, very, very good. Dakota Valley, I think they squeak one out in the first half, and I think the doubleheader goes 1-1.
When taking a look at those, Cole, I would say you are right. Dakota Valley girls match up extremely well with the athleticism and also the height that Sioux Falls Christian can throw at you when they bring out their second team of girls. That's one thing Sioux Falls Christian does extremely well, is they can run 11 to 12 different girls on the court and they don't take a step off. But when it comes to the Dakota Valley Panthers, they are also another team that does go 10 deep into their bench, so they can match that of Sioux Falls Christian. It's simple if you're Coach Jason Kleiss. You have to stop runs. You have to be big inside with their bigs. You have to be physical, and you just have to be athletic enough. If you bring all three of them together, you have a chance. But Cole, I will say this much. The only team that can beat Sioux Falls Christian right now will happen the very last game of the season for Western Christian in the state of Iowa, and that's if Western Christian comes out fully trying, because that is their last game of the season before they go into the Iowa playoffs. They'll try to be defending their state title from a year ago. I think it goes Sioux Falls Christian in both games. Girls, Sioux Falls Christian win by 5. We'll see a double-digit victory by Sioux Falls Christian boys, but don't let the final score fool you. It'll be a lot closer than you think. Cole, we're going to step aside. When we come back, head coach John Brooks breaks down more of this game against Dell Rapids. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box. Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
This is the Tanager pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. I'm Heath Nimke as it's time to get to our coaches interview, sitting down with head coach John Brooks to talk about tonight's matchup against Dell Rapids. But before we get to head coach John Brooks, again, taking a look at this schedule so far for the Vermillion girls, as it has been a busy past couple of weeks for this girls basketball team, and a tough stretch that they went through as well, picking up during that stretch one key victory over Lyman, but did lose in the Hanson Classic and also lost to Elk Point Jefferson. By the way, that loss to Elk Point Jefferson was the Huskies team that was receiving votes at the time. They are now ranked number 5. They are 10-2 on their season. They did, though, just lose in a strange game last Friday against West Central, 62-56. Otherwise, the only other loss for Elk Point Jefferson is against Sioux Falls Christian. We've talked about that team when we talked about more of this region for, and again, Vermillion currently finds themselves third within the region, 10-3 overall. Tonight they have Dell Rapids before they are back in the Sacred Hoops Classic, taking on Parkston. Looking ahead to next week at Beersford, and also can't forget about next Thursday as well, Sioux Falls Christian and the DAC 12 NEC clash that's coming up, and then Dakota Valley right after that clash. So a lot of key games left on the schedule for the Vermillion girls. Again, 10-3 overall. Don't quite know where they're going to finish within the region or finish on the season, but picking up wins is important. And speaking of picking up those wins and getting ready for tonight, we sat down with head coach John Brooks yesterday to talk about this Dell Rapids Quarriers team. Coach, you get ready to take on Dell Rapids, and a Dell Rapids team that has been on the up and up here for the past couple of years, but let's go back to your group and the way things have gone. It seems like the schedule, I don't know, you tell me, has maybe slowed down at least, or maybe you didn't have a game on Tuesday. That's what it might have been, but after the Elk Point Jefferson game, didn't have a game on that Thursday, but you did play against one of the top teams in Class B, Lyman, in the Blizzard Buster over in Irene, winning 54-51. How good is Lyman when it comes to Class B girls basketball?
Yeah, they got a really good team this year. Obviously, the Scott girls are really good, so they have go-to girls that you have to pay a lot of attention to, and that's what we did. And, you know, we wanted to kind of make their role players beat us, and their role players ended up making some shots after we got our lead. So, that, you know, I kind of brought them back in it, but overall, really happy with the way we played. We beat a really good team down the stretch. You know, Brooke made some big shots down the stretch. Maddie with her free throws again. We did the things that you need to do in order to win a basketball game, and it was the end of a brutal stretch. We just got done playing Lennox, Maipialuta, EPJ, and Lyman in a 4-game stretch. So it was nice to get some rest here these last 3 days without a game, and now here we go again with Dell Rapids.
Yeah, we talked about after the Elk Point Jefferson game, going into that Lyman, not having a game on Thursday, then as I just alluded to, not having a game on Tuesday, whereas the boys did. But nonetheless, how much is that nice to break things up and now get ready for the final push heading into postseason right around the corner?
Yeah, you know, we got to get, like you said, we got our little break, but now it piles back on here for about the next 10 days where we play Thursday, Saturday this week, and then we go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday next week, and then right back again Tuesday again the next week. So the games are in against really good competition. It just does not get any easier. So it's that final stretch, so you can kind of see the jockeying starting to happen for region seeding, and everybody's kind of jumbled in our region, and it's going to be, there's a lot of swing games that can still determine a lot of things. So we got to just focus in on ourselves, take care of our games one by one, and see where we land.
Well, you talk about what's coming up on the schedule. Let's focus in on Dell Rapids. As again, we talk about Dell Rapids, 5-10 on their season, but they have been on the up and up now with head coach Panconen, who has been at the helm for the past few years with this Dell Rapids Quarriers team. What can you tell us about Dell Rapids and what's making their offense really click so far this season?
Yeah, they're much, much improved. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And, you know, they've been playing some really young kids lately, and they're still young, but they're getting more experience. So I think that's a big part. And then they got really good balance. Thorson at their point guard is really, really talented. And then they got good size inside. And Schultz inside, left-handed kid, is very difficult to guard. So they put a lot of good athletes out there. Obviously, their volleyball team won the state championship there this year. So they're big, they're physical. They're back to kind of a DAC 12 team, so to speak, as far as their athletes. And now you can kind of see that in the way they're playing.
Taking a look at your group as you continue on, as we talk about this season and just continuing to be offensively efficient, getting that production going from your group? What does it continue to take, and what have you been working on in your time off that you've had over these past few days?
Yeah, a lot of it's been offensively. We want to get more consistent on that side of the basketball. And I think if we can continue to score the ball at a good rate, we're usually pretty solid defensively in rebounding. So, we go through times where we look really good, and then we go through other times where we struggle and we turn over the basketball. So it's been a big message the last few days is, can we consistently score and not have the big droughts that we've been having? And if we feel like if we do that, then we can be a really good basketball team.
Once again, that is head coach John Brooks here on our pregame show, talking about what it takes for this Vermillion girls team to finish off the season in a strong form and see if they can't make a run during the region playoffs. Of course, this Region 4A is extremely tough, and it's going to be interesting to see where the Vermillion girls land at. Of course, they are the defending A state champions and trying to defend their state title. But first, they got to finish off the regular season, and tonight they have to focus on a Dell Rapids Quarriers team that has been moving and trending in the right direction. Can the Vermillion girls take care of business tonight back here at home? I'm Heath Nimke. Cole Larsch comes up next as we have you covered for tonight's doubleheader between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Dell Rapids Quarriers. That is on the way next on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blue 10 Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit blue10design.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregate, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Quarriers helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at quarriers.com. Quarriers, proudly serving our community.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Well, all the pregame aside, it is time for DAC 12 basketball action here inside the Birdcage. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, my longtime broadcast partner, who we haven't heard from in a while, Mr. Heath Nimke. We've got you set for the entire doubleheader here tonight. First up, it's the girls' matchup, and let's get you the starting lineups. First, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Dell Rapids Quarriers. At guard, a 5'8 freshman, number 5, Rory Thoresen. At guard, a 5'8 senior, number 11, Ellie Olson. At forward, a 5'9 senior, number 30, Clara Justice. At forward, a 5'11 freshman, number 32, Jersey Schultz. And at center, a 5'10 junior, number 34, Ellen Schoenhard. The assistant coaches are Kennedy Bover, Megan Gerritsen, and Zoe Hilmo. The head coach is Nicole Pankonen. The Quarriers come into this ball game 5-10 on the season. They average just shy of 48 points. They allow just higher than 48 points. They are number 4 in the region and number 34 in Class A. For the Vermillion Tanagers, it is the same starting 5 that we have seen from them all season thus far. A 5'8 senior guard, number 1, Casey Hansen, 12 points, 5 rebounds, a contest for her. A 6-foot senior guard, number 5, Maya Halverson, 4 points, 3 rebounds, a contest for her. 5'5 freshman guard, number 11, Taylor Roovers, 14 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, 5 steals, a contest for her. A 5'8 senior guard, number 12, Madigan Wallen, 3 points, 3 rebounds for her. And a 6'1 senior guard, number 33, Brooke Jensen, 17 points, 6 rebounds, a contest for her. Doug Hansen, Carrie Jensen, Kelly Knutson, the assistant coaches. The head coach, of course, is John Brooks. Vermillion comes in 10-3 on their season. They are receiving votes in the latest media poll. They currently sit number 9 in Class A according to seat points with 44 flat. And they sit number 4 in Region 4A. They average 54 points a game. They allow just higher than 40. Dell Rapids Quarriers in their road black uniforms, letters and numbers in orange with white trim. The Tanagers, of course, in their home whites, letters and numbers in red, also with black trim. Maya Halverson and Clara Justice are in the center circle, and the tap is won by the hometown Tanagers, defending state champions, looking to get back there but have a long road ahead of them. Wallen right wing. Again, Vermillion going right to left on your screen as you see it here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. 13 on the shot clock for the Tanagers. Roovers still drive baseline, lost her footing, slid a little bit. They're going to say she did not have control as she was going to the ground. No travel. 5 on the shot clock. Casey Hansen spins in the middle, blocked away by Jersey Schultz. And Schultz also picks back up the rebound.
Cole, it's going to be man defense time for the Dell Rapids Quarriers, but they are going to cheat on the inside and help out when it comes to the size. You see a lot of that more on the boys' side when it comes to a lot of height that will really play a factor. Don't necessarily always see it in girls. We saw at one point during that first possession for the Vermillion girls, Wallen had a wide open 3 because of the missed man marking and just missed it completely.
7:12 to go in the first, 22 in the shot clock, inbound to a wide open Ellen Schoenhard, and she is fouled. Schoenhard to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. It's going to be the first personal foul on Casey Hansen and the first team foul of the ball game.
Yeah, Casey got turned around as she turned around. She's like, uh-oh, my player is shooting, tried to put up her hands. By that time, it was too late and already commits an early foul. And for the Vermillion Tanagers, it's got to be off to a quick start with still a lot of games left on their schedule. Intense games, if you will. You want to put Dell Rapids away quickly tonight.
Again, tough test for the Tanagers. On Saturday, they will take on a 12-1 Parkston Trojan squad. Recently made the jump down to B as Brooke Jensen throws one over there into the fans of the Tanagers, who have kept on filling in. Also a good crowd on hand to our near side, as you might see on the camera, the mainly Dell Rapids fans. Good crowd on hand. 1 minute in, it's a 2-0 lead for the Dell Rapids Quarriers. Moving left to right, Jersey Schultz has it top of the key. Thorson, turnaround inside, got it off the glass, and good for two. Rory Thorson, first 2 points of the ball game for her.
They open up with free throws to get the scoring started, Dell Rapids does, but they have already had a major presence inside. They want everything to go in and funnel in tonight offensively.
Just as you said, Dell Rapids going to sit in that man. They switch to a 2-3 zone here in the third offensive possession for the Tanagers. Ball is loose. Maya Halverson got it. Vermillion gets it back across half court. 10 on the shot clock for the Tanagers. Left wing 3 for Jensen. That one's off the front iron and no good. Offensive rebound by Casey Hansen. She'll get it back right wing. Thought about the 3. Now back over to Jensen. She pump fakes, drives middle. Inside Welland got the double team. Tries getting it back out to Casey Hansen. It's stolen away. Ellie Olsen.
And you see them make those type of defensive changes as well, Cole, is because we left a shooter open. They didn't take it. Fine, shoot the 3 then. We're just going to play zone. We're going to collapse everything inside for you and not allow you in there. That makes, again, bad offense for Vermillion.
Olsen bounce pass to Schoenhardt, kicks out. Schultz for 3. That one's going to miss short, just barely grazed the rim and out of bounds. So with 5:39 to go in the first quarter, it is 4-0. Nothing going offensively for the Vermillion Tanagers, but you could also say equally not as much going on for the Quarriers.
Not as much for the Quarriers, you're correct, but at least it's been a lot more efficient. You can see they're setting up plays. Sometimes it looks for the Vermillion girls, they're just running offense and passing the ball around, maybe hoping something comes stringing together.
Long 2 for Taylor Roovers. Got it. Very long 2. I mean, maybe about 8 inches backwards, and she's got a top of the key 3-pointer. First 2 points of the ball game for the Tanagers, and they'll get a little full court pressure going. Both teams with some full court pressure of some kind.
Yeah, you like the shot there by Taylor Roovers, but as you mentioned, it's separation on kind of a little bit of a fadeaway from her. Like the shot, but not necessarily one you're going to hit at a high clip.
Schultz looking inside Olsen. Now they get it inside Thorson with the height advantage over Taylor Roovers, and high off the glass. Good for 2. Rory Thorson. Can't let her keep shooting 7-footers.
And you got to give a lot of credit to Rory. Yes, the mismatch on size, but she just really put that one high off the glass. And when you see him usually go that high up, you use the window for a reason. That was above the window, and she still got the fall.
Quick 3 by Casey Hansen's off the mark, so still just 2 points for the Tanagers. Inside Jersey Schultz. Good defense that time by Brooke Jensen. Got that shot partially deflected. Tanagers with the ball back. Casey Hansen, left wing 3 for her. Off back iron and no good. And Ellen Schoenhardt with her second rebound.
And there's already been communication by John Brooks. They want everything funneled in by Brooke Jensen. And Cole, she came in after the missed 3 by Casey Hansen to help with the rebound. She was late to the rebound. Then she took herself completely out of the game. Transition basketball to a T by Dell Rapids, seeing that Brooke Jensen no longer occupied the space underneath. It's going to be an easy bucket every single time. And now the timeout from head coach John Brooks is simply about hustle and effort. How bad do you want it? Because right now, Dell Rapids Quarriers are certainly showing they wanted a whole lot more than what Vermillion does. You just got to get your team recentered, refocused. Nothing to worry about, but my goodness, it doesn't look good in the first 4 minutes if you're the Vermillion Tanagers.
Exactly like you said, we've played one half of the first quarter, and just a slow start for them. We've seen it sometimes in these games as there we go. Heath Nimke now remembers that he's got scoreboard duties as well. I mean, he's done an exceptional job on color commentary, keeping us updated on this Vermont Bangingham or whatever that game is you're watching in front of you. But with 4:05, it is 8-2 in favor of the Dell Rapids Lady Qs. Casey Hansen pump fakes the right wing 3 now. She'll go back to the middle halfway through officially this first quarter. Madigan Wallen left side, now into Jensen. Jensen guarded by Schoenhardt. She tries spins, now got the baseline. Underhand pass, Halverson, 6-footer's good. Maya Halverson, first 2 points for the ball game for her, and just down to a 4-point ball game, 8-4.
Great read there by Brooke Jensen. She knew she was getting the elimination and just the easy assist to dish off to Halverson. When you come to a bigger woman, sometimes you don't get enough of credit when you're able to dish assists like that.
Taylor Schmidt had her pocket picked by Casey Hansen. Hansen saved it, but Schmidt got it back, a recent sub in there for the Quarriers. And now Thorson drives. She's going to be fouled. 2 shots on the way. First personal on Maya Halverson, and the second team foul. First free throw up and good for the 5'8 freshman guard. Leads all scoring with 5 points.
Yeah, Thorson now in her second year as a starter for the Dell Rapids Quarriers. And this is something that we see a lot in the DAC 12. Of course, with roofers as well, a lot of young, talented freshmen. We're going to see it in a couple weeks as well with Dakota Valley, who might have some of the best freshman players on their team.
2-1-2 or a 1-2-2, some sort of zone full court pressure applied by the Quarriers. Tanager's got to get it across, and they do. Lexi Hansen, who recently checked in on that free throw, as well as Amara Thomas. Halverson and Wallen, they went out. Casey Hansen airmailed a pass, another turnover for the Tanagers.
Yeah, that one's a little weird because it looked like Lexi Hansen got caught being a spectator on the court. She was maybe looking more inside, kind of like, what's going on in there? And by the time the pass was over to her, she almost goes, uh-oh, that I need to be paying attention to the passer, not the game.
2:57 to go in the first. It is a 10-4 ball game. Ball is poked away and in the hands of Taylor Roovers. Now with 2:50 to go. Again, we thank you for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch along with my longtime broadcast partner, Heath Nimke. Casey Hansen airmailed another pass, but they are able to get it back. 20 seconds on the shot clock now for the Tanagers. Jensen drives right baseline. While underneath, they're going to call that a kick ball. So essentially it was going to go out of bounds either way. The difference between a kick and it just going out of bounds was essentially where the ball's at now on the baseline.
Also, if you're John Brooks and this coaching staff, you got to be a little worried. There's certainly panic from this Vermillion girls team. Watching Brooke Jensen's reaction there after the kickball, she looked very frustrated and just kind of communicating with her team. It's extremely early. I know you get a guy like me who comes in and is just all of a sudden sometimes being harsh on the players, but you got to relax. You got plenty of time. You're down by 6. We got another 3 quarters to go. Everything's going to be all right. Just stick to your guns.
Jensen drove inside. She was fouled. First free throw off the back iron, and no. Jensen, a 60% free throw shooter on the season. Trying to get the Tanagers some points. Again, down 6 with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. 10-4, make it 10-5. First point of the ball game for Brooke Jensen comes from the free throw line. But Dell Rapids still doubling up the Tanagers. 10-5. Full court pressure, ball is loose, and that's controlled by Amara Thomas. Checked in on the second to last dead ball. Tanagers have it back, going right to left. Casey Hansen left wing, now top of the key, trying to get some set offense going. Dell Rapids back into their man defense as well. Lexi Hansen, Taylor Roovers left wing, trying to survey. Now kicks over to Jensen. Jensen, free throw line extended. Now she'll drive left, pull up from 10. Got it for Brooke Jensen. 3 points now for her in the ball game. Tanagers finally starting to have some offensive rhythm.
And also you have to give a lot of credit to the non-contributors in that play. Amara Thomas underneath, providing that presence underneath to kind of help eliminate any Dell Rapids defenders underneath, rolling off to double team or even triple team Brooke Jensen when she moved to the baseline.
Travel called on the Dell Rapids Quarriers. Turnover and possession back for the Vermillion Tanagers, though Quarriers drop in back into their full court pressure. Checking in was number 10, Josie Price, 5'8 freshman forward. You're going to hear that freshman a lot for these Dell Rapids Quarriers. Alexis Hansen drives in, blocked away by Jersey Schultz. Second block for her of the ball game, but like we said in the pregame, this is a very young Dell Rapids team.
Very, very young. By the way, Cole, want to give you a quick update from North Sioux City. They just got underway between Sioux Falls Christian and Dakota Valley, not even 30 seconds into that game.
Jensen shuffled her feet a little bit inside, nothing called, gets back her offensive rebound. That shot can't go, and the ball is out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by the Quarriers. So a couple extra opportunities here for the Vermillion Tanagers. See if they can get this thing within a possession or maybe even tied. I have to keep me updated on that one, Mr. Nimke. Long three from the right wing for Roovers. That one's off the back iron and no. Mara Thomas, offensive rebound. She can't get it back, and now she got the ball back. Now the ball's in the air, and it's controlled by Taylor Schmidt. And there go the Dell Rapids Quarriers. Up ahead, ball's out of bounds off the Tanager padding. Back and forth we go just when we thought both these teams had a little bit of offensive rhythm. seems like that is completely gone.
Oh, it's just Dell Rapids now. In the past 2 minutes, you're getting well ahead of themselves. If you want to beat a team like the Vermillion Tanagers, you have to know Vermillion's going to go on their streaks. They are going to make adjustments. They are going to get much better than what we saw in the first 3-4 minutes. You have to remain disciplined if you're Dell Rapids, and right now Vermillion's just speeding them completely up.
Not exactly sure how that shot just went in for Brooke Jensen. Up and under. It looked like she was almost even underneath the backboard. It's 10-9. But a good defensive battle there between Roovers and Thorson on that last possession. Casey Hansen ended up with a steal. Thorson, long left wing three. Got it to go. Rory Thorson, the freshman guard, 9 points for her. And it's back up to a 4-point lead. Shot clock is off for the Tanagers.
I was actually surprised that Thornton took that so quick. It was just 10 seconds into the shot clock. She had the open look, no doubt about it. But again, I talk about slowing things down, but Thornton had the open look, took it, and knocks down a crucial three in this first quarter.
Roovers with the ISO. She's double teamed. Casey Hansen, right corner three, off back iron and no good, and the buzzer will sound as the ball is loose, and that is how the first quarter will end. 13-9 your first quarter score. We're going to step aside. Back to the birdcage in 60 seconds on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the birdcage. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Heath Nimke, trying to get back into the producer side of things, a role that we don't see from Heath Nimke very much, but obviously appreciative as Spencer Bewley down on his way to Manhattan, Kansas, as the boys' track and field team for USD travels to Kansas State.
I will have to say, I've been doing a lot more other basketball games here recently, and I have my own other producers that help me out, so yeah, I'm a little off right now.
Well, just like we saw on Tuesday when Spencer Bewley was the announcer and I was the producer, I was a mess for about the first quarter, but after quarter number one, I kind of got locked into it. Quarriers started with the ball. 10 seconds in, they already turned it over. Starting five for both squads out there, now two quick turnovers back and forth. 20 seconds in, neither team has had the ball for more than double digits on the game clock. 7:30 to go in the second quarter. Again, a 4-point lead for the Dell Rapids Quarriers, 13-9. They look inside. Thorson off the glass, could not get that one to fall, and the rebound falls into Taylor Roover's hands. Quickly up ahead, Casey Hansen. Hansen underneath, tries getting to Jensen, picked off by Ellie Olsen, her second steal of the ball game. Long pass up ahead, that one's tipped away and stolen by Taylor Roovers. First steal for her again comes in, averaging just about 5 steals a game. Up ahead, Wallen, blocked again by Jersey Schultz. Third block of the ball game for number 32, Jersey Schultz. Ball is loose, stolen away by Casey Hansen, second steal for her. Jensen right wing, now to Wallen. Roovers left wing, she'll take the left wing three, got it.
Another big three. I think Vermillion and Dell Rapids at this point are going way too fast. You're trying to make this a track meet right now, and both teams don't excel at that point. And as you can see, after that big three, Dell Rapids now brings it in the front court. Going to start trying to pass things around, set some offense, look for the open shot.
Jersey Schultz, she'll respond with a left corner three. That one is good. 5 points now for Jersey Schultz. So I just realized I did not switch pens, so my stats are all over the place. And it's back up to a 4-point ball game, 16-12. 6:15 to go in the second quarter. Dell Rapids drops back into their man defense. Hansen has it now to Roovers at the elbow. Roovers, she'll step back, 15-foot jumper. That one's off the mark and no. Taylor Schmidt with the rebound. First time she's officially now in the stat book.
I'm not for sure what happened on that play there, Cole. Vermillion girls had their 3 tallest girls all standing beyond the three-point line. That's not how you get a rebound.
Rebounding like the South Dakota Coyotes women's basketball team. Too soon. Ball is loose and out of bounds. They're trying to get it inside to Schoenhard, and it's poked away by Maya Halverson. Checking in is number 30, Clara Justice, one of the 3 seniors on the squad for Dell Rapids. Thorson to throw it into Schultz. She wasn't quite ready for it. Now tries getting it back into Thorson. It's off of Halverson's leg and out of bounds. Finally gets set. 5:40 on the game clock. 11 on the shot clock. They'll throw it into Thorson, left wing. Looks back in the corner, Ellie Olsen. Now inside Schultz. Spins off the glass. No, going to miss everything. Call that a pass to Schoenhard, and her shot's off the mark and no good. And eventually rebounded by Brooke Jensen. Still a 4-point lead for the Quarriers. 16-12. 5:22 left to go in this first one. Again, thank you for tuning in wherever you may be on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. Hansen drives in, kicks out to Jensen, right wing 3. That one's going to be too strong and no good, and she knew it right away. Ellie Olsen with the rebound. Back and forth we go here inside the birdcage. Olsen over to Thorson. Back to Olsen. Ball was tipped. We're going to say it was last touched by Roovers, so not a backcourt violation. Schultz, long pass Thorson. Long right wing 3. Got it. Oh, my goodness. Rory Thorson has the same number of points as does the Vermillion Tanagers. She's got 12, Vermillion's got 12. 7-point lead. Roovers inside. Awkward looking shot there and maybe a rushed one. Thorson with the rebound.
Yeah, Thorson on the last 3, catch and shoot 3 now just pops up. She's feeling it. She's taking quick 3s here. But when you've already hit 2 in this game, you're just going to continue to build that confidence.
Del Rapids now drops into more of a structured offensive set. And they'll get it up to Thorson. Again, Vermillion down in their 1-3-1 zone. We've seen that from them quite a bit, not only this season, but a lot this game. Before the Thorson jumper, timeout called by head coach Nicole Pancona. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. Back to the birdcage.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the birdcage. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Heath Nimke. We've got 4:14 to go in the second quarter. 18 seconds on the shot clock for the Dell Rapids Quarriers out of the Nicole Pancona timeout. Now with 12, they'll get it over right side. Justice trying to look inside to Schultz, and the pass is too strong and out of bounds. So a turnover out of the timeout and possession back to the Vermillion Tanagers.
Yeah, Vermillion playing a little bit of a zone defense out there. I know we talked a lot about what Dell Rapids has done defensively here in this first half, but Vermillion playing that zone and getting some open looks there offensively.
Quick shot there by Casey Hansen from the free throw line. She can't get that one to fall. Good job there by Dell Rapids recovering from their full court pressure. It was a 2-on-1. Hansen decided to take her to self, and she rushed it. Shot was up and no good. Now in the corner, Clara Justice left corner 3. That one's off the mark and no. Rebound is fought for. Roovers comes up with it, but she's out of bounds. So possession back to the Dell Rapids Quarriers. And Heath, it just seems like not only is Vermillion's offense struggling a little bit, but they can't get a rebound to save their lives right now.
Yeah, one of their team that's struggling offensively is Dakota Valley. Right now down, 11-1 with 2:16 remaining in the first quarter. It's not been looking good for the Panthers down in North Sioux City.
Quick shot up and off the mark. Casey Hansen with the rebound. Just 3 points for the Tanagers here in this second quarter. Trying to get some more offense up on the board. Inside Wallen, off the glass, good for 2. Good shot by Wallen, good feed by Alexi Hansen. And now it's down to a 5-point ball game. That'll get the Vermillion student section back up on their feet. I've not heard much from them so far this game. Defensive pressure stolen away by Jensen. Pass too strong by Taylor Roofers, and she goes down hard. That one's not going to feel good. Might have skinned the knee a little bit.
Yeah, she might want to start wearing some knee pads. Of course, some of you see college women's basketball players do that when they really hustle around. They wear knee pads, and Roofers has gone down to her knees a few different times here in this game.
Broken full court pressure, shot up by Schoenhard. It is tipped away and out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by Schoenhard. So a turnover and possession to Vermillion. And nobody really knew about it, and now both teams have acknowledged that it is Tanager basketball. 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. It is 19-14 in favor of the Dell Rapids Quarriers. And full court pressure applied by Dells and a foul called. Clara Justice, her second personal, and the first team foul of the quarter. Just 4 fouls called all game so far. 2 on one side and 2 on the other. Roofers over to Casey Hansen on the left wing. She looks now over to Lexi Hansen. She also surveys a little bit of motion defense. Now a quick reach and foul going to be called at the top of the key. John Brooks going to shout out some offensive instructions. Ellie Olsen first personal and the second team foul, and it just seems that Vermillion's offense is just kind of out of sorts. They really haven't fell into that rhythm.
Yeah, they really need to focus here in the next 2.5 minutes or so. These next 2.5 are just absolutely crucial. This is a chance where you can really get back into it, even have a chance of taking a lead before halftime and build momentum going into the second half, or you can still allow things to get away and find yourselves down by double digits against Dell Rapids if you're not careful.
Amara Thomas, her shot high off the glass and no good. Clara Justice with her third rebound, so a decent shot by the Tanagers, just could not get it to fall. In the corner, Justice for 3, that one's off the mark and no. Rebound is fought for and still loose, and Jensen will come up with it for the Tanagers. She'll survey and slow things down. Again, in the home whites going right to left. Long 3, top of the keys, off the mark by Roofers. Offensive rebound by Thomas. Kicks out Hansen for 3. No good. Offensive rebound by Thomas. Shot up. That one's off the mark and no good. And the defensive rebound finally controlled by Ellen Schoenhard.
Go back to that 3 by Roofers. Bold, if you will. Taking that from one of the volleyball lines in here. I mean, in between the 3-point line and the logo. She's feeling confident. You like to see the 3 pop, but you also want to see it go in. Offensive rebound a couple different times there offensively for the Vermillion Tanagers and not able to take advantage of it. And again, we talk about this last minute and a half here. It feels like just Vermillion, as you said, Cole, cannot find anything offensively.
Thorson kicks over to Taylor Schmidt, who both checked into the ball game just recently, and their shots off the mark no good. Roofers with the rebound for the Tanagers. Neither team could hit the broadside of a barn right now from 3 feet. Hansen gets a screen, now drives. It's poked away, stolen away. Third steal for Ellie Olsen. 2-on-1. She'll put the lay-in with her left hand off the glass and good for 2. Ellie Olsen with her first 2 points of the ball game. And it's back up to a 7-point lead for the Dell Rapids Quarriers with 66 seconds to go in the first half.
And that's something that Dell Rapids has had a little bit of luck here tonight, to some shots maybe you wouldn't usually get the fall that they have put up, that they have really sank, but sometimes you need a little luck to win basketball games.
Jensen, left wing 3 for her, got it. Brooke Jensen, first time she's scored since the first quarter, and she now has 8 points. It's a 4-point ball game, 21-17. And a travel called out front by the half-court line, so a turnover and possession back to the Vermillion Tanagers, 42 on the game clock.
And that was just the second 3 that Vermillion has hit in this half. I have to imagine they're going to be right around 2 for 12 so far in the first half. We always talk about the law of averages, but some of those threes, they've drawn iron, but they haven't been convincing, if you will.
Roofers, Jensen, Halverson, now an offensive foul going to be called. A moving screen on Taylor Roofers. First personal and the second team foul. And just...
That's a crucial foul, because Cole not only does it give it back to Dell Rapids, but it falls at 34 seconds, so now Dell Rapids can play for last possession. So it's not only a 4-point lead, but can go as high as 7 here.
Ellie Olsen guarded closely by Roofers. She's scrapping away just with that one foul. Maybe trying to get her second before the half, make the first one worth it a little bit more. Josie Price inside, blocked away by Brooke Jensen. First block for her. She's got it. And shot clock is off. She'll take the right wing three. Going to hit that back iron and no good. Rebound is loose. Rebound is tied up. Rebound is loose now. Travel is called as Lexi Hansen hit the deck as she had possession with the basketball. So Dell Rapids with possession. 7.5 to go in the half.
Both teams have to know situational basketball. Dell Rapids can't be shooting the basketball with 17 seconds remaining in this half. And Vermillion's got to hold it until the last second shot. Neither one do it. And now Vermillion somehow in the last 34 seconds has two different opportunities to draw us within a one-possession game.
I believe this is now the 5th combined possession in the last 40 seconds of the ball game. It's going to be underneath the hoop. 4.2 to go. Tanagers in a 1-4 low set. Roovers to lob it into Jensen. Looking for Roovers. Now she'll drive middle with one. Pulls up. Can't get the shot to fall. And that is how the first half will end. 21-17 your score in favor of the visiting Quarriers after 16 minutes of play. We're going to step aside when we come back. First half stats and analysis and updates from some scores around the state of South Dakota. That is all on the way next. Vermillion Tanagers live and Live Ticket TV. This game stinks.
Oh, well, I lost my bet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, things have gotten away from Vermont.
Weren't they up?
Yeah, they're down by 8.
Whoa!
So that's a bummer.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Oh, shucks.
You live to fight another day.
Do you?
It was a parlay. I didn't have that much money on it. It is 6:51. We should check out my. Actually, I did take a leap on an NBA bet tonight, but more specifically, a guy that is not tested. He had a weird line, and I had to know more about it. Box score. Let's just go straight to him. Let's find out. He didn't get the start, right? He did get the start, didn't he? Or maybe he didn't. What was his name again?
I don't know. Who'd you bet on?
Ooh.
Hood Shafino? Brownie James?
Don't think he played actually tonight.
Scratch?
Yeah, he might have been. Who was it? It was Jackson. Oh, there he is. Retarded. Oh, God, nope.
Who?
Oh, nope. Jackson Hayes.
There's no better way to bring in the new year than with a new Deere. And Grossenberg Implement has a huge selection of new John Deere equipment as well as specials on used equipment from John Deere and other brands. Get dependable agricultural, residential, and commercial equipment at Grossenberg Implement with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. Stop by to visit with a sales professional today or go to grossenberg.com to browse the new and used inventory. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the birdcage. 21-17, your first half score. The Dell Rapids Quarriers lead the hometown Vermillion Tanagers. In case you missed it at halftime, no, Vermont did not win. Yes, Jackson Hayes is playing way too much, and Heath Nimke, needless to say. Both these teams struggling right now, mainly on the offensive end, but the defenses haven't looked great either. It's just been the lack of offense so far.
Yeah, this comes down to times rushed. You're just playing free-flow basketball, and not saying you can't do that, but you have to have a very talented, athletic team to do that and just kind of let the reins go. And neither one of these teams are exactly that. And then it just seems like at times, offense, as you mentioned, has lacked, but it's the discipline on offense of either rebounding the basketball, finding the open looks. At points, Dell Rapids has even gotten some lucky buckets to go, it feels like, offensively. And yet, they're at a 4-point lead over the Vermillion Tanagers. The one thing that's good for either one of these teams is you can completely regroup here at halftime, make those corrections, and get things going offensively. The question will be, though, which one can make the proper adjustments at halftime and really get things going to start this second half.
We got a long line for pop shot. Everybody's chucking up threes. They only got about 6 2-liter pops there. I wonder if somebody just stepped inside the three-point line. They'd get a shot to fall. Here are your first half stats. First for the hometown Vermillion Tanagers. Their leading scorer was Brooke Jensen, 8 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, steal, and a block for her. Taylor Roofers with 5 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. Maya Halverson and Madigan Mullen both with 2, and that rounds out their scoring. Other stats, Casey Hansen, 2 rebounds and 2 steals. Lexus Hansen with an assist. And Amara Thomas with 4 offensive rebounds so far here tonight. 9 points in the first, 8 in the second for a team that averages nearly 54 points a ball game. That is well below their average for their total of 17. Just 1 for 2 from the free throw line. All of those were in that first quarter. That's a stat to note as well. As we look over to the Dell Rapids Quarriers side, the freshman number 5, Rory Thorson, 12 points for her, 9 of them in that first quarter, and a rebound. Jersey Schultz with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks for her. Ellie Olson with 2 points and 3 steals, and Ellen Schoenhard with 2 points and 3 rebounds and a steal rounds out the scoring. Clara Justice and Taylor Schmidt both recorded rebounds in that first half as well. They scored 13 in the first, 8 in the second for their total of 21 points. They shot 4 of 4 from the free throw line. All of those free throws also in the first quarter. So you get your halftime score 21-17. Heath, going to need to see some changes not only from the Vermillion Tanagers but also the Dell Rapids Quarriers. What's the biggest thing they got to fix?
They had a lot of success scoring 8 points in the first 4 minutes of the first quarter, and all those points coming from within the paint. Everything was funneling inside. Vermillion made a lot of adjustments to shut down the inside. I'd get back to that. And you have to have Thornton that remains on the perimeter. We saw her drive inside it and help out offensively, but get her back to the perimeter. She's the best three-point shooter, but again, start everything funneling it back inside if you're the Dell Rapids Quarriers. I know you didn't ask, but for the Vermillion Tanagers, it's just got to be set offense. Everyone's got to be on the same page. Many times in that first half, we saw not open looks, but opportunities also from inside. Vermillion does have that height advantage. They just got to keep going. The difference for them is they have to be strong. A strong finish is what you have to be looking for. If you're not going to finish it, be trying to draw that contact or get a foul called. If you can do that, you're going to have a lot of success. So it's kind of the same key for both teams. Inside, out has got to be the play. And if you're Casey Hansen as well, she's the big three-point shooter for the Vermillion Tanagers. Got to hit a couple because she missed all of her threes. She was 0 for 6 from the three-point line in that first half. Got to see her hit a couple in the second half.
In your halftime score, 21-17. Let's step aside for a short break. Back in 30 seconds for second half action on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
(21-17) as we begin the third quarter. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Heath Nimke, and much like this song, got a solid beat. Both these squads need to be solid offensively, get a little bit more rhythm, get a little bit more movement, maybe some momentum as we see a set play for the Vermillion Tanagers to open up the half. Jensen, her shot off the mark and no. But an offensive rebound put back, that one's also off the mark, but she's fouled. So far, decent start offensively for the Tanagers.
I know a thing or two about basketball. I've been around it quite a bit now in my life on this earth, Cole. What I told exactly before we came back to the start of the third quarter, what did I say? You got to make sure you go inside. If you're not going to hit a shot, what do you got to do? You got to finish strong or you got to find a foul. Like I said, it took, all of 13 seconds? Feel like I know a thing or two. But only a thing or two.
Whatever you tell yourself there, Mr. Heath Nimke. Quick 2 points for the Tanagers. They'll drop into a different zone press this time, 1-2-2 in the full court, and they'll try to trap it right at half court. They get it inside. That one's showing hard. Again, Dell Rapids in their away black uniforms. Letters and numbers in orange with white trim. 15-footer from the left side for Clara Justice. That one is up and good. First 2 points of the ball game for her. And now, once again, Dell Rapids is back into their full court pressure. And the Tanagers able to break it. Roovers, 15-footer from the elbow. Got it to go. Taylor Roovers now 7 points for her.
I don't think either one of them is going to stay in this too long. You're just playing the suffocating defense, hoping that it's going to work. And both teams have struggled to get girls back, and both teams offensively have been able to score immediately on it. We'll see which one breaks first on getting out of it.
Quarriers throw it in, not even a minute gone here in the third quarter. First time we're hearing of the Tanagers students section here tonight, and now we're going to get a loose ball foul going to be called on Madigan Wallen. Going to be her first personal. First team foul of the half for either squad. So a fresh shot clock and another baseline out of bounds play for Dell Rapids.
I don't know if there was quite possession on that one.
Roovers basically passed it right to her as the inbound pass went through the hands of a Quarrier. Coast-to-coast lay-in is good. 9 points for her, and we're all tied up 23 apiece. Pass to Justice in the corner. She lost it for a moment. Tanagers back into their zone. Justice now back out the swinging around. Schultz inside Justice. One dribble spin. Shot off the mark, no good. Rebound Schoenhard. She can't get her put back to go, but Schoenhard will go to the free throw line, shoot 2 free throws.
Like I said, both teams have done exactly what I said coming out of the halftime break. It's just funnel things inside, look for those looks. Both teams want to try to establish the paint going into this second half, and it feels like at the moment who can ever establish it first is going to win this game. And for the Vermillion Tanagers, you want to put this game, try to get it out of reach and take control of it early in this third quarter because they still have another big game coming up on Saturday.
Both free throws are good for Helen Schoenhard. Quarriers as a team now 6 of 6. Schoenhard herself is 4 of 4, and a quick steal by Ellie Olsen. That is her 4th steal of the ball game for the Quarriers. Now they have trouble getting it across out of the backcourt. And now ball is loose and stolen away by Casey Hansen, her third. Out of bounds off of Hansen. Back and forth we go. Quite a few turnovers, but at least we're seeing some points here in the second half.
Yeah, again, we talked about that full court press that both teams are applying, trying to make something happen, and both teams offensively have done a good job of breaking it. And like I said, it'll just be kind of interesting to see which one goes away from it first because of too much damage they give up defensively.
Justice inside through 2 defenders. Shot off the mark, no good. Schoenhardt offensive rebound. She's fouled once again and will go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, Vermillion bringing down the help defense that time and just completely missed out on their first opportunity, and an offensive rebound brings it to the free throw line. And for Dell Rapids, got to take advantage when you have it at the free throw line and take advantage of these opportunities.
Maya Halverson with that last foul. It is her now third personal and the third team foul already for the Tanagers. Schoenhardt will miss both free throws. Quarriers now 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Jensen records her 6th rebound.
So on that possession, I guess it works out to give up the foul if you're the Vermillion Tanager, still within a 2-point game as well.
Roovers, top of the key three-pointer, got it. Buried it from the top of the key. She's now tied for the game-leading scorer with 12 points. She has 7 in this quarter for the Tanagers, and it's a 1-point lead for the hometown.
I want to look that one back at why they didn't go to Casey Hansen. It looked like she might have had some space over there in the corner. Instead, Roovers decided to take it herself.
Hansen with the pump fake. Now she'll pull up from the elbow. Got it. First 2 points for Casey Hansen in the ball game. It's a 3-point lead, and now Goal Pancona will take a full timeout with 5:24 to go in the third. It's 28-25 Vermillion. Back to the birdcage in 60 seconds.
Welcome back to the
show. To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust... Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark. All in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage. 3-point lead for the Tanagers out of the Quarriers timeout. They're trapped at half court, and they will get it back. Rory Thorson now has it on the right side. Clara Justice left wing. They're trying to look inside. Ellie Olsen passed through the hands of her. She'll chuck it right at Taylor Roovers. Credit Roovers with her third steal, coast to coast. Way in is good. Count the bucket and the foul for the Mighty Mouse, Taylor Roovers.
Things are getting sped up for Dell Rapids offensively. Vermillion's suffocating trap defense is causing too many issues for Dell Rapids. It's going to continue to cause these issues. They're not going to go away from the trap defense, but you really have to just focus in on finding the right players. Multiple different times we've seen Dell Rapids miss an open pass to an open player and making just this offense move a little bit more instead of getting stagnant like they have in the past 2 minutes.
Roovers makes the old-fashioned three-point play. She's now the game-leading scorer with 15 points. And a quick turnover, last touched by Thorson. Out of bounds, so a 6-point lead and possession back for the Tanagers.
And they're getting really just impatient, Dell Rapids is, and now trying to force it inside. And this is that moment that we talked about going all the way to the first quarter that the Vermillion girls can get themselves on a run. And if you're Dell Rapids, you have to eliminate it. It is now in a 10-0 run. Cole, it was 25-23 at one point. Vermillion has just completely taken this game over, but it's in a large part as well to Dell Rapids not getting any offense moving, and it's just one turnover after another.
And like you said, that 10-0 run sparked by Taylor Roovers. She has 12 points in this third quarter so far, and she's got the ball back right wing. Now Lexi Hansen, left wing extended, looking inside at Jensen. Jensen, one dribble, up and good for Brooke Jensen. 11 points for Jensen, and now a 12-0 run for the Tanagers. They have a 10-point lead.
And Dell Rapids defensively is cheating away from Casey Hansen in the corner. They're going to allow her to shoot the three, but Vermillion has not gone whatsoever to her, which just means Dell Rapids is playing with one extra defender and still can't stop the Vermillion offense right now.
Hansen now has it. She'll drive middle. Wallen top of the key. Looking around, now gets it to Roovers right side. Pick and roll action. Good move, good pass. Can't quite get the shot to fall. Was Madigan Wallen. Rebound is loose, controlled by Lexi Hansen. She had it wide open. Now she'll get it to Casey. Left block. Lay-in is good. 4 points for Casey Hansen. Second assist for Lexi Hansen. 14-0 run for the Tanagers. They now have a 12-point lead.
Yeah, and you're going to look at this potentially at the end of the score and say, man, Dell Rapids just couldn't hang with Vermillion, and not the case whatsoever. I'm surprised Pan Conan, she's already used one timeout during this run. Very shocked she hasn't tried to use another just to completely eliminate the run. Usually as a coach, she might learn that. Again, just her second year as head coach for Dell Rapids.
And out of that turnover, multiple subs in for both squads. Still that 14-0 run for the Tanagers with 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Jensen has an ISO on the right side, picks up her dribble right wing. Looks around now, Casey Hansen top of the key over to Roovers. Roovers, she'll drive left, lay in, no, but a foul called. And Taylor Roovers will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
It doesn't even feel like it either, Cole. It's just the way Vermillion's offense has been moving. This just seems like you're so used to this type of offense. But again, it's been an impressive run for them going on a 14-0 run. And like I said as well, Cole, who would break out of the full court press because you allow too many things offensively? It looks like Vermillion won that battle.
Roovers, a 75% free throw shooter, got both of them to fall. 19 points for Taylor Roovers, 14 of them here in this quarter, and the Tanagers now on a 16-0 run with 3 minutes to go here in the third. Thorson now has it free throw line, 14-footer for her, can't quite get that one to crawl over the front of the rim. Ball's out of bounds, they're going to say last touched by Jensen, so a fresh shot clock for the Quarriers, trying to get something going offensively.
Yeah, Dell Rapids just missed an open look right at the rim there. Instead, Thorson tried to force a bucket. Just at this point, you're desperate if you're Dell Rapids.
Pass in, count the bucket and the foul for Jersey Schultz. So the 16-0 run is no longer, is now 16-2. Second personal on Taylor Roovers and the second team foul. Justice will go to the free throw line. That was her first bucket of the ball game. 2 points, 3 boards, make that 3 points and 3 boards. Still the 16-3 run for the Tanagers, and Roovers has it. She'll cross half court under 3 minutes to play. 11-point ball game. Again, thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers live and live ticket TV. He's Heath Nimke, and I'm Cole Larsch, bringing you both halves of this DAC 12 doubleheader. Hansen, left wing 3, off the rim and no good. Rebound is loose and controlled by Taylor Roovers, her 4th. Roovers now back over to Casey. Fresh shot clock for the Tanagers. 2:25 to play. Inside Thomas. Her shot's off the mark and no good. Ball is loose and out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by Jersey Schultz.
And now we're starting to see that Brooke Jensen is playing on the corner 3. And great job by Vermillion as well. Having those open looks at 3, but they have not decommitted to going inside this entire quarter. That's the main reason why they have built such a lead.
Jensen, left wing. Surveys now to Thomas. Roovers now back right wing. Pick and roll. She'll take the 3. Got it. Taylor Roovers. 22 points for her. 17 of them here in this quarter, and it's back up to a 14-point ball game. 42-28.
And Roovers had hit some early threes back in that first half, or at least has had some good looks as well, and that just built confidence into this second half.
Lexi Hansen took a couple steps before she dribbled it again. So a turnover and possession back to Vermillion. Back to Dell Rapids.
And that's just JV to varsity action. Things are just a little bit slower in the JV game, and by the time that pass came in, things are just 10 times faster. I know it doesn't necessarily always seem like that. Even as a player, you don't really think that JV and varsity is that much different, but it's quite a bit speed difference, and Hansen just wasn't quite ready for the pass there.
Schoenhardt, her shot, going to airmail that one. Casey Hansen with the rebound. Again, Tanagers still on that 19-3 run for a majority of this third quarter. 1:26 to go on the game clock. Now 23 on the shot clock for the Tanagers. Jensen right side, her fadeaway jumper is off the mark and no good. Clara Justice with the rebound. Up to Thorson. Both Hansen and Roovers trying to fish for some steals, maybe get a couple easy points. Schultz, she'll pull up from about 18 feet from the left side. Got that shot to fall. 9 points now for Jersey Schultz. Back to a 12-point ball game. 1 minute to go in the third. Roovers over to Jensen right side. Got double team. Now back to Hansen. Left wing three. Can't get that one to fall. That was well off the mark to the right. And Justice with her 5th rebound. Olsen brings it across, has it stolen away by Jensen. Jensen to Roovers, lay in, good. No good, but a whistle called. A whistle and a foul. So Roovers go to the free throw line to shoot 2. We've got it as the 3rd personal foul on Rory Thorson. I believe him. I've only got it for 2, but they're probably right down there. First free throw is up and good for Taylor Roovers. 23 points for her. 18 of them here in this third quarter. Second one is up, and that one's off the mark. No, but an offensive rebound by Brooke Jensen. She'll kick out to Casey Hansen. 7 rebounds now for Jensen, and with the shot clock off, the Tanagers will elect for the last shot of the third quarter.
Nice job there by Casey Hansen, the senior, to recognize the situation and not shoot that 3. Give Dell Rapids potentially another possession. Instead, now Vermillion gets a last-second shot.
Roovers on Thorson. She'll take the 8-footer. That one's going to be short, no good. Thomas with the offensive rebound. That shot's off the mark. Thomas now with the rebound, and we're going to get a rebounding foul, I believe, on Thomas.
I don't know. I missed how Thomas would get a rebounding foul there. It seemed like there were 6 different hands. Everybody was reaching up to grab a rebound. And even John Brooks is saying, we're all jumping up there. We all own space. No one was really fouling each other. And he's giving that explanation. I completely agree with John Brooks here. I don't know how it's a rebounding foul.
2 free throws on the way, as that was the 5th team foul. Now on the Tanagers, and the first one is good.
And I think John Brooks was also cautioned by the official to keep talking, and I will tee you up, because John Brooks hasn't said really much to him since he walked away. If you know John Brooks, he usually gives his last 2 cents. And didn't say anything to the official as he ran by him either.
2 and 1. Casey Hansen, 17-footers off the mark, but a big quarter for the Tanagers in the third. They have
26 points in that quarter. That's NBA scoring right there, if you will. I mean, impressive by the Vermillion girls. 17 points at halftime, 43-32, up by 11. Very, very impressive third quarter from the Vermillion girls.
And 43-32 your score. We'll step aside, back to the birdcage.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. 43-32 your score, as yes, Heath Nimke was right. 26-11 was the third quarter score in favor of the Tanagers. We had the Joe Van Gore himself come up, give us his comments, and he will go back to the viewing section wearing his Colorado Buffaloes sweatshirt. Not quite matching the whiteout that the Tanagers have here tonight. Jensen inside with their first possession. She can't get the shot to fall, so 2 empty possessions both ways start the fourth quarter, but the Tanagers were still with the 11-point lead. And now a travel out by half court. So another turnover and possession back to Vermillion.
But by no means is this game over with. You're down by 11. We saw what Dell Rapids has been able to do through 3 quarters. Offense is certainly not their mantra tonight. They can get it going. They lack nothing like that, but they're going to need plenty of defensive stops and a little bit of turnover mistakes as well for the Vermillion Tanagers. Already giving up early fouls, not something that's on that game plan for a comeback.
First personal foul on Jersey Schultz and the first team foul. Free throw is up and good for Brooke Jensen. 12 points for her now in the ball game. Tanagers are now, I just messed up my tally marks, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Make that 8 of 11, but an offensive rebound by Casey Hansen. Jensen straight away, got it to go. 15 points for Brooke Jensen, and also 8 rebounds for her. It's back up to a 15-point lead for the Tanagers, 47-32. Thorson, left wing response, got it to go. Rory Thorson did not score in that third quarter, but now has 15 points. She leads all Quarriers scoring, and it's back to a 12-point game.
Yeah, nice job there by head coach John Brooks to really target in on her and eliminate her in the third quarter. You have 12 points and a half of basketball in girls basketball. You're doing something right, so good job defensively for the Vermillion Tanagers.
Olsen, after the loose ball, got it back. Shot up and no good. Roovers gets the rebound. Long pass up ahead. Jensen, lay in, no. Contact, and there we go. We are going to get a whistle. And a foul called. Jensen to the free throw line. Fourth personal foul now on Rory Thorson. Second team foul. Jensen back at the free throw line. In and out, no good. Taylor Schmidt checks in. Rory Thorson checks out.
By the way, Cole, after being down at 1 point 14-1, Sioux Falls Christian in girls basketball leads Dakota Valley 31-26.
Interesting.
Start of the third quarter there.
And it was Dakota Valley that was down 14-1, correct?
Yes,
okay.
Correct, yep.
So still down, but just not by 13 points.
Yeah,
okay,
they've gotten back into this game and have completely eliminated the offense in that second quarter, if you will, for the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers.
Drive by Justice, foul called. Wallen second and the team's first. Justice first free throw is good. 4 points for her now in the ball game. Quarriers are 10 of 12. Point ball game, 48-37. 3-ball, left wing is good. Brooke Jensen, 19 points for her now in the ball game. It's back up to a 14-point lead, 51-37. Lay-in the other way is good. Ellen Schoenhard, now 6 points for her. Jensen left wing, kicks out Wallen. Wallen looks now to Casey Hansen. Quarriers back into their 2-3 zone. Roovers back to Jensen. Left wing 3. Off the rim, no. Rebound fought for and controlled by Jersey Schultz.
Dell Rapids is not going away quietly, still continue to try to fight in this game and force something offensively. Again, they're not quite out of it yet, but they're just going to keep stringing offensive possessions together here.
Jersey Schultz, now 12, 13 points for her, and a timeout called by Nicole Pancone. 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them back to the birdcage in half a minute.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage, 51-41. Del Rapids definitely not out, but they need some big defensive stops here in the fourth quarter. They're well on their way to get one. Ball was loose, but could not be controlled by the Quarriers. Brooke Jensen picks it up, and just like that, she now has 21 points. Back up to a 12-point ball game, 53-41.
I was looking at this, Cole. I thought 50 would be enough for the Vermillion Tanagers. I'm still thinking it is. But if Vermillion would stay at 53 and not score for the rest of this game, I think it would be a lot closer than you'd want it to be.
Thorson lobs it inside to nobody. Roovers with her fifth steal. She'll pull back, 16-footer. Got it. 25 points for Taylor Roovers. And it's back up to a 14-point ball game. Quickly up ahead, Schoenhard. Lay-in is good for her. 8 points now for her in the ball game. 55-43 is the score.
Okay, keep playing the press for the Vermillion Tanagers. You got to make sure you get back defensively and help out. You can't give Del Rapids any quick buckets. You got to make sure they're using the shot clock as much as they possibly can.
Jensen thought about a jump pass, but she'll take the shot. Schoenhard with her 7th rebound. Taylor Schmidt looks around. Thorson haven't called her name much since the first and second quarter. Like you said, Heath, good job on Vermillion's defense keying in on her. Schultz to Schoenhard. Schoenhard can't get that shot to fall. It's too strong. Rebound is loose. It hits Roovers in the face, and she ends up with it. Now 6 rebounds for Taylor Roovers. Tanagers walking up the floor with Brooke Jensen, and a full timeout called by head coach John Brooks with the Vermillion Tanagers. We will step aside and take it with them. Back to the Birdcage in 60 seconds.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. 3:20 to play in the fourth quarter out of the John Brooks timeout. It is a 12-point lead for Vermillion. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch. Alongside me, my longtime broadcast partner, Heath Nimke. Spencer Bewley is making his way down to Manhattan, Kansas, as the men's track and field team for South Dakota travels to Kansas State. 5 on the shot clock for the Tanagers. They'll dish it off to Jensen. Jensen fadeaway 10-footer off the front of the rim and no good. And the rebound is controlled by Jersey Schultz, her 4th rebound of the contest. Thorson brings it across, now has it at the Tanager logo. Right side Schmidt. She looks. Now Schultz. Schultz had it poked away for a moment. Thorson picked it back up left wing, now to the middle. Schmidt, they got 16 on the shot clock, do the Quarriers. Schoenhard now to Schultz for 3. That one's going to be short by quite a ways, but the rebound by Justice. Thorson, right wing, got it. Rory Thorson, 18 points for her in the ball game. Leads all Dell Rapids scoring, and we're back inside single digits. A 9-point lead for the Tanagers.
Interesting little play there. Casey Hansen left it off for her sister to inbound it, which you're allowed to do, but it wasted an extra 3 seconds. I'm kind of surprised that the officials did not stop play there.
Roovers free throw line, back out Lexi Hansen. Now left side Jensen. 10 on the shot clock, 1:48 on the game clock. Jensen makes her move, kicks out Hansen right wing. Now with 5, Roovers left side 3 ball, got it. Taylor Roovers, 28 points for her in the ball game, 23 of them in this second half, and it's back up to 12 is the lead for the Tanagers.
And it's ball game. I mean, just be honest with you, Cole. Dell Rapids has a good effort, but in that third quarter just let things get away from them. Can't let the Vermillion Tanagers score 26, as I said, there in that quarter. That's an NBA number. I mean, you can watch an NBA game. You'll see an NBA team score less than 26 points in a quarter.
Good thing nobody watches the NBA.
That is true.
I, for one, have never been a big fan of the NBA. College basketball is where it's at, and I'll leave it at that. That's for sure. Second free throw for Schultz is good. She makes both of them. 15 points for Schultz in the ball game. 10-point lead for Vermillion. 58-48 with 80 seconds to play in the ball game. Dell Rapids man defense. They're going to try to pressure it a little bit. Tanager's very content with just moving the ball around. Jensen drives inside. Her shot rejected by the rim, and now a jump ball called on the rebound. And the possession arrow points in favor of the Tanagers.
Yeah, lucky that time as well for Jensen, because she still had 17 seconds left on the shot clock. When you're up by 10, you got to bring that all the way down to 3. But in the end, the offensive rebound works out. Got to get it inbounded, and now just waste down more of that clock.
Roovers, the Jensen right side with 30. Back over to Roovers now, Lexi Hansen. Casey Hansen. Roovers, and now the 5th personal foul on Rory Thorson. She will foul out. 18 points and a rebound Rory Thorson will finish with, and Ellie Olsen will check in for the Quarriers.
Thorson has herself a great basketball game. Great effort tonight from her, and the Dell Rapids Quarriers just came up a little bit short, but they're at halftime. You certainly thought the upset was on.
Taylor Schmidt with her first personal as Roovers trying to evade the foul calls, and now her second as well.
35-34. Sioux Falls Christian leads by 1 with 2:03 remaining in the third quarter in girls high school hoops. Remember, the boys to follow after the girls down North Sioux City.
And 2 of the marquee matchups down there in North Sioux City. 4 of the best teams in the state across the board, not only just in Class A, but also you could argue a couple of them in all classes.
Yeah, Dakota Valley boys have had a couple tough and weird losses this season. I know they're 9-3 going into that game against Sioux Falls Christian, but I still think they're top 5 teams in the state.
6 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock for Dell Rapids. They'll get it inside to Schoenhard, kick out Schultz. Pump fakes, now step back, left wing 3, no good. Offensive rebound, 2 of them now for Ellie Olsen. Passes it off to Clara Justice. 6 points now for Justice. Tanagers will get it in. Hansen is fouled, but a little too late
yeah.
for Dell Rapids, down 9 with 11 seconds left.
I don't mind the effort there to try to stop them and get a quick steal, get a quick bucket, because you're thinking, all right. We got a moment, but as soon as they broke, into the front court. If I was Coach Pancone, I'd be like, all right, unfortunately, we didn't get this one. But different philosophies as coaches, if you will.
5 points for Casey Hansen. Still with 5. 10-point lead for the Tanagers. They'll pass it up ahead. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Madigan Wallen. 6.1 to go. Gonna have to give the score clock operator Kelly Fischbach a little heckle there. Maybe stopped it a little soon. Not any home cooking here inside the birdcage. Shot up and no good. With the rebounds out of bounds, Dell Rapids will keep it 1.2 seconds to play. They'll lob it in, showing hard, quick shot up. That one's off the mark, and that is how the ball game will end. 60-50 is your final score here inside the birdcage. Again, it was 21-17 in favor of Dell Rapids after half. 26-11, the Tanagers outscored the Quarriers in the third. Heath Nimke might have been a little scary there for a moment, but good come-from-behind win and way to show some grit for the Vermillion Tanagers.
Yeah, like you say, Nicole, at one point, it stunk for the Vermillion girls. A lot of bad things from them in that first half. They could not get things rolling offensively, but that's what this team is sometimes you're going to have those nights, and they were just able to completely regroup, get everything solved that they needed to, and from there, take over in that third quarter. But even, you got to give a lot of credit to Dell Rapids, because remember, you go on a 19-3 run if you're the Vermillion girls at one point in that third quarter, and you still only win by 10 points. So very impressive from the Dell Rapids Quarriers, but also great job for the Vermillion girls to find a way to win. However, Cole, if you expect to win this type of way against Parkston on Saturday in the Sacred Hoops Classic, it's not going to work. I know that Parkston team is now down into Class B, but they still compete at a Class A high-intensity level. That one's going to be an intense game for them coming up on Saturday.
Let's get you your final stats before we step aside to a break and then come back with Jay Drake and his thoughts ahead of this boys basketball side of the doubleheader. First for the visiting Quarriers of Dell Rapids. They were led in scoring by Rory Thorson, the freshman. 18 points and a rebound for her in the ball game. Jersey Schultz finished with 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks. Nealon Schoenhard, 8 points, 7 rebounds for her. Clara Justice with 6 and 6. And Ellie Olson with 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. Dell Rapids scores 13 in the first, 8 in the second, 11 in the third, 18 in the fourth for their total of 50 points. They will fall to 5 and 11 on the season. For the Vermillion Tanagers, 29 points for Taylor Roovers, 6 rebounds and 5 steals. Brooke Jensen with 21 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, 3 steals, and 2 blocks for her. Casey Hansen with 5, Maya Halverson and Madigan Wallen both with 2 points in the game. Vermillion scores 9 in the first, 8 in the second, 26 in that third quarter, and 17 in the fourth for their total of 60 points. Vermillion will move to 11 and 3 on their season again. Next up, they will take on the Parkston Trojans at the Huron Arena on Saturday as a part of the Sacred Hoops Classic. We're going to step aside. When we come back, Heath Nimke with Jay Drake on his thoughts ahead of our second half of our DAC 12 doubleheader. That is all on the way next. Vermillion Tanagers live.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed. And you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers!
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
It's time for the boys pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. I'm Heath Nimke getting you set for the boys pregame show. As earlier today, I was able to sit down with head coach Jay Drake and talk about this matchup. But before we get to that interview, again, getting this game set for tonight, we look at this Vermillion group who picked up a huge victory against Crow Creek on Tuesday evening right here inside the birdcage, but also taking a look at this Dell Rapids Quarriers team. In the years past, on the boys' side, they have been one of the dominant teams when it comes to Region 3. Well, this year things are a little bit different, as currently they find themselves in third place. They are behind West Central, who is 10-2, and Flandreau, who is 9-4. But again, this Dell Rapids team in third place within the region at 8-5 overall. And when looking at tonight's matchup, you look at the common opponents. That is going to be something we talk about with head coach Jay Drake and why we think this might be a little bit different of a Dell Rapids team than what we have seen in years past. Plus, head coach Jay Drake got some inside information on what he should expect from the first-year head coach Larry Aker, who not only comes from Winter, but was also the head coach of the Winter Warriors girls basketball team last year, where the Vermillion girls beat them in the Sodak 16 to get to the state tournament in Menno. Jay Drake sat down with John Brooks a little bit to get some more inside information and, of course, scout this team of Dell Rapids and how his group is getting ready for this busy week. Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Vermillion boys, Jay Drake. Coach Drake, get ready for Dell Rapids, a huge matchup as always against the Quarriers, who are in a little bit of an interesting situation when it comes to their season so far. We're going to ask you more about that here in just a moment, but let's first go back to the Crow Creek game. I mean, when you talk about taking care of business, you did that in the very first half. All of a sudden, it's running clock, and things were well in hand going into the second half. What was it in that matchup against Crow Creek that worked so perfectly for your group in the first half?
Yeah, nice game for us, obviously, as we talked before. It was one of those games we lost a game earlier in the fall. We were scrambling, looking for a 20. I was able to pick up Crow Creek as they were looking for a game, and it worked out in both of our schedules, and it actually worked out in a pretty good spot where it landed on Tuesday there. But a game for us that, we had a couple of these when we came on a Christmas break with Tri-Valley and Pine Ridge. We really shot the ball well from the perimeter. Saw a lot of 2-3 zone against Crow Creek, and like anything, when you knock down shots, it makes the game a little bit easier, right? You can never guarantee how well you're going to shoot the basketball, but we shot it extremely well, really all night, even as we got into some of our bench guys. But I think we ended up shooting 59% from the field. We were 12 of 25 from the three-point line. And anytime you shoot like that, good things are going to happen. And then, I thought we played really well defensively. We were able to cause some turnovers for them in our full-court press and led to some easy ones in transition. So really for us, in a game where you're playing 3 games in a week here, and really if you count the Beersford game next Tuesday, we're playing 4 games in 8 days. And for us to get a victory, number one, kind of our 5 starters there played, most of the first half, and really only about 1 minute in the third quarter. So they played around 15, 16 minutes for the game. You can kind of keep your legs a little bit for later in the week, and then was able to get all 15 guys in the basketball game, and everyone played well, and got good minutes. So for us, good for us to just kind of keep and build off of last week and our 2 games last week, and then kind of get this week started on the right note.
Dell Rapids is coming to town, and we know what Dell Rapids has always done against Vermillion. It always seems like they have your number. Dell Rapids and Dakota Valley might be the two nemesis when it comes to Jay Drake. But, Coach, what is with this Dell Rapids team? And just for fans out there, we talk about how about the common opponents. Dell Rapids comes in 8-5 overall. Both teams have lost to West Central. I know that's one that you wish you could have had back. But then you look at a game like Madison. Dell Rapids beats Madison by 6, whereas you remember you blew out Madison. Elk Point Jefferson, they beat the Huskies by 4. You win by 34. Sioux Falls Christian, as we know, you were close in that game. They lost by almost 30 points. This seems like a Dell Rapids team that is extremely down this year, and they're battling in a region that no longer has Sioux Falls Christian in it. It seems like they should be one of the top 2 teams. What is it about this Dell Rapids team, and why are they down this year?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think some of it, I think they have been probably from, like you mentioned, the score standpoint, a little bit up and down. They do have a new coach this year, Coach Larry Akers, long-time girls basketball coach at Winter, coming over to take the boys there. And I think anytime you run into with a new coach and a new system and new program, obviously it takes time from a coaching staff standpoint and as athletes to kind of get adjusted to the new philosophy and how you want to do things. So, it's their biggest thing is they're very, very dangerous. I think they've had times this year kind of struggling offensively, scoring the basketball, and anytime, we ran into that as a team ourselves. Like, we've gone through stretches where we're just having a tough time scoring, and then puts a lot of pressure on your defense. And I think they've had a few games here where they haven't scored the basketball that well, but they're, you hate saying a Jekyll and Hyde type thing, but they've had the Jaden kid's been playing since his freshman year, 3-year starter, and he can get it going offensively. And when he does, they're very dangerous because it just opens things up for others on their team. They got a nice mixture of length and athleticism. And really, they're coming off their Tuesday night game against Mount Vernon Plank, a team that we saw earlier this year. But I think the final ended up like something like 56-32 or something like that. But the reality of the situation was it was 33-5 at halftime, and Mount Vernon Plank actually hit a 3 at the buzzer to end the half to get to 5. So they had Mount Vernon Plank at 2 points through basically the whole first half, and they'll play a lot of 2-3 zone, and they got a lot of length because the close kid inside at 6'11", and is a long 6'11", protects the paint, protects the basket. The Jaden kid at 6'6", Fursdal around 6'3", 6'4", and then a couple little guards that are decent athletes with quickness on the perimeter. So you don't want to fall in love with the 3. We shot it well the other night, but and anytime you see zone, you're going to have to knock down some perimeter shots to kind of stretch that thing out. But it's always a concern. And so we're going to have to play well, and kind of like you said, Dell Rapids, we've had some battles over the years, some tight ones, even last year at their place. They got us in overtime, and it's a game that obviously we need, and yet in their situation, in their region, battling with the West Centrals, Madisons, Flanders, and Baltics of the world, they're battling for seeding points and trying to put themselves in the best possible position to try to get out of the region to the SODAC 16.
Taking a look at this Dell Rapids game coming up, and then Sturgis, and even looking ahead, Beersford, Groton area, Dakota Valley, before you finish off the season against Ponca, Canton, and Parker. And no offense to any of those teams, I think Ponca will be a good game, but Canton and Parker you should easily get. So you look at maybe the last 5 games, or at least the next 5 games, let's call it, coming up. The ending portion, the last third part of this season, Coach, how important is it for this group to win out?
Huge stretch, obviously, and that's the thing. It's the fine line. There's so much cliches in sports and stuff, and we really do. Talking to our group, we felt last week with EPJ and Sioux Falls Christian, the way our kids approached the games, their mindset and the focus they had kind of bumped it up a notch from where maybe we were at the beginning of the year. And we saw it again against Crow Creek, a different time, different opponent. Sometimes you can let the focus kind of wander a little bit, and our guys did a good job being locked in and really You know, each night's a different night, and you got to play through some things. But in one sense, you're saying of one game mentality, which is what it's got to be. And yet, I think our kids are understanding the importance of each one of these, and we got to do our part. And the only way you can make the next one on your schedule just as big or huge is you got to take care of the one that you're at the hand right now, and that's Dell Rapids. And if we can go play well, and that's the thing with our remaining, 8 games now, we feel when we play well and if we play well on every given night, then we can compete with everyone else that we have left on our schedule and give ourselves a chance. And yet we've got to understand we have to play well to give us our chance in these basketball games.
Once again, that is head coach Jay Drake here on our pregame show talking about what it would take and what the results could look like if his group goes 17-3 to finish off the season. Of course, there are some big games still left on the schedule, and when it comes to this time of year, you never know what's all going to happen, and these games can all get cramped together. Kind of just like this week, it's 3 games for the Vermillion boys, including a tough Sturgis game coming up this weekend as well. But right now, it's Dell Rapids, who always provides a challenge. The question is, can the Vermillion boys pick up a key win when it comes to the DAC 12? I'm Heath Nimke. This is the pregame show. I'm going to step aside. When we come back, Cole Larsch and myself will continue on with game number 2 of our doubleheader. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage, Vermillion High School, Vermillion, South Dakota, for the second half of our DAC 12 doubleheader between the visiting Dell Rapids Quarriers and the Vermillion Tanagers. Vermillion came up, got the win in the first half. Let's see if the boys can do the same in the second half of our doubleheader. First, let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Quarriers of Dell Rapids. At guard, a 6-foot junior number 1, Carson Pay, 8.5 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists the ball game. At forward, a 6'6 senior number 2, Tad Jaden, 12.5 points, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists a ball game. At center, a 6'11 senior number 10, Jack Cloth, 10 points, 7 rebounds, a contest for him. At guard, a 5'11 sophomore number 11, Lincoln Anderson, 7 points, 2 rebounds for him. And at forward, a 6'2 senior number 12, Lincoln Fursdahl, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists a ball game for him coming into this. Assistant coaches, Ross Huska and Shannon Jaden. The head coach is Larry Aker. They come into this ball game 8-5 on the year. For the Vermillion Tanagers, of course, it is the same starting 5 we have seen all season thus far. A 6-foot senior guard, number 12, Landon Cerny. A 6'3 senior guard, number 24, Carter Hansen. A 6'5 sophomore forward, number 30, Luke Jensen. A 6'1 junior guard, number 32, Gabe Larson. and a 6'4 junior guard, number 33, Trey Hansen. John Ruvers, Lewis Budmeyer, Connor Rohrig, the assistant coaches. The head coach is Jay Drake. The Vermillion Tanagers come into this ball game 9-3 on the season. They average 64 points a game. They allow 46. Del Rapids comes in 8-5. They score 48.5, and they allow 45.7 a ball game. The tap is up, and it is won by the Vermillion Tanagers in their home whites. They're going right to left.
And Cole, don't forget, there's one extra advantage Jay Drake has in tonight's contest. Lots of scouting on Del Rapids, as his sister is from Del Rapids, or lives up in Del Rapids, I should say. And Papa Drake, former assistant coach for the Vermillion boys, also spends quite a bit of time up watching his grandkids.
Turnover by the Tanagers. Quarriers with possession. Again, they're in their road black uniforms going left to right. Tad Jaden, he'll pull up from the left wing. Got the three to go. And that is how the scoring will open up a 3-0 lead for the Quarriers. They're going to drop into a 2-3 zone. Pretty extended. Might call it a exaggerated 2-3, maybe even closer to a 3-2. Hansen inside, goes up against Kloth. Contact and a whistle called, and Trey Hansen go to the free throw line. He's going to shoot 2 free throws. First personal on Jack Kloth and the first team foul. Hansen at the free throw line. First one is good for him. First point of the ball game, Trey Hansen, a 70% free throw shooter on the season. Second one off the mark, no good. But an offensive rebound by Luke Jensen. Back out to Trey for 3. Too strong, no. And the rebound is controlled by Lincoln Fursdahl.
One thing Vermillion needs to do is just get some continuity. Start hitting some shots, because Del Rapids has been hoisting up some threes, and they can really hit it from downtown. If they start hitting them, they can really get going.
Carter Hansen had Kloth up in the air. Jay Drake saying, go shoot the basketball.
Yeah, you got to get him to a second already in 90 seconds this game. Big missed opportunity, because he comes back defensively with a block right there. But if you get him to jump like that, you go up. If you don't get the bucket, you already put him in a second. And Larry Aker has to make the decision whether keep him out there, but more than likely taking him out.
15 on the shot clock for the Tanagers. Carter Hansen pump fakes, and quick foul going to be called once again. Carson Pay, he bit the bait like a big walleye on the Missouri River going ice fishing.
Boof. Makes me cold just thinking about it.
Except that you're going to go ice fishing on the Missouri River, don't go near the Yankton or Vermillion area. That's, according to my inside source, the one and only Jaron Duffy. Ball stolen away by Fursdahl. Del Rapids will push back ahead. Jaden. Now back to Fursdahl. He's going to get a screen from Kloth. Again, size disadvantage just about all the way across the board for the Vermillion Tanagers, but it is something we have seen in all their games this season as well. See how they can keep up with them. And now a quick 3 by Lincoln Anderson. Here's first 3 points of the ball game. 6-1 is the lead for the Quarriers.
Already 2 of 4 the Quarriers are from deep. And again, that is the talent that they have. And again, we go back to Kloth not getting his second personal and missed opportunity for Carter Hansen. He's already got 2 blocks in this game. He's got a huge presence inside already.
That's something we expected from the 6'11 senior center. But then a quick turnover stolen away by Trey Hansen. He wants to push. Contact, no call. Del Rapids wants an offensive foul. Not going to get one.
And I think we're also calling because Trey Hansen lost his dribble and then picked it up again, running an extra 3 steps. That is considered traveling. Missed call there.
Kloth with his second rebound. 2 blocks for him, not in the points category, but working very well defensively as well as setting some screens. If he made contact with that one, that would have been illegal. Sliding the hips a little bit. 1-4 high set for Del Rapids. Pay has it right wing with 12. Jensen, he's going to get a workout there guarding Kloth. They kick it over Fursdahl. Fursdahl right wing 3, going to miss it short. And the rebound is controlled by Trey Hansen so far. Tanner's been able to prevent the inside pass, but they've given up 2 trays. Larson to Cerny, left corner 3 for him, off the rim and no good. And Kloth with his 3rd rebound of the ball game.
Yeah, you don't necessarily mind how Dell's is scoring from downtown. You'll give up those kind of shots all game long because eventually they're not going to fall. However, it's the presence inside offensively that Vermillion has not been able to establish, and it's going to cause problems later in this game.
Pay, he missed the 3. Gabe Larson with the rebound, and now, before the pass up ahead, Jay Drake will take a quick timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. They're going to get it at half court. So we're going to step aside with 3:59 to go in the first. Back to the birdcage in 60 seconds.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the birdcage. I'm just going to shut that one off, Heath. Sorry, you got a lot of things going on over there. It's tough being the producer, ain't it?
Yeah, just keep my hands busy over here. By the way, 60-48 is your final. Sioux Falls Christian girls pull away extremely late in that game. Got plenty of opportunities at the free throw line. Maybe a little bit closer than the final score indicates. Good effort from Dakota Valley, but Sioux Falls Christian remains undefeated. Dakota Valley girls take their first loss of the season.
Trey Hansen up on her lay-in is good with the left hand. 6-3 now the score. Bell Rapids fans quickly yelling out travel. He can pick up that pivot foot, just not put it back down. A good job there by Trey. Sometimes can get out of control, but also loves those up and under moves. 20 on the shot clock now, and away from the ball. Offensive foul going to be called. Going to go on Lincoln Fursdahl. First personal, and now already the 4th team foul on the Dell Rapids Quarriers. Larry Aker not liking that one. He's going to want to get an explanation about it.
And Lincoln, of course, a key component to this offense as well, now in his 2nd year as a starter for the Quarriers.
6-3 the score, 3:15 to play. Trey Hansen working inside. Kloth, contact. And a foul call. It's going to be Kloth's 2nd personal. He's looking around like, how is that a foul? Sir, your elbow and your forearm were in Trey Hansen's face.
Yeah, it certainly makes the contact there, and again, it goes back to that's already his 2nd, but it's the perfect game plan as well if you're the Vermillion Tanagers. That's what a lot of people also want to do to the Goodberry boys at Sioux Falls Christian. They just don't commit those silly mistakes like you see sometimes other taller guys do. I'm not just saying it's shading because we see a lot of guys, when you're just that tall, sometimes you're a little over-aggressive and you don't mean to be.
Trey Hansen with all 5 points for the Tanagers. He trails the Dell Rapids Quarriers 6-5 early here in the first quarter. 3 minutes to play yet here in period number 1. Again, thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers live on Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Spencer Bewley. We're going to get our first Dell Rapids subs out of the next dead ball. Not the first Vermillion subs, as Spencer Blanchette already came in and Gabe Larson went off earlier in the quarter.
And by the way, Cole, they did keep Kloth out there. They did not take him out, so he's still out there with 2 fouls. Let's see if they keep trying to attack him inside.
My guess is they will. Trey Hansen with the pass to Carter. And now the first lead for the Tanagers in the ball game at 7-6.
And a nice 6-0 run. There would have been goaltending as well, making contact with the iron, but it did go in, so don't need to call it.
Exactly right. Ball is loose, tapped away. Contact. Trey Hansen hit the deck. Tad Jaden was going for the ball. Referee was looking at the out of bounds. Tough spot for the officials. I don't think there might have been anything there to warrant anything, but just with the bodies hitting the floor.
I think a good sell job. Certainly contact. Maybe going to the floor was a bit excessive to try to draw the attention of the official.
Well, you know Trey. He loves to make his moves. He loves drawing contact, but he loves selling the contact as well. And he often gets a lot of those calls. Pass inside, wide open lay-in is good for Carson Pay. First 2 points of the ball game. We did have 2 Dell Rapids subs, I believe it was. Yes, 23 Carson Mason, the 5'10 junior forward, as well as number 24, Jackson Popple, the 5'11 sophomore guard. Trey Hansen with a quick 7 points, and it's back up to a 1-point lead for the Tanagers, 9-8. 1:50 to go in the first.
And Dell Rapids is not playing with a whole lot of size now out there. They match up nicely with Vermillion.
3 ball from Mashins off the mark. Rebound out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Pay. And this is one of those rare lineup formations that you see here in the ballgame. Is also Carson Preister is in as well. This is one of the rare opportunities where you see Vermillion will actually be sized up with Dell Rapids.
Calling for blood right now. They're confused on who's got who. They're saying they see something out there.
So he can't just wipe it off on your shirt.
He can't wipe it because he's wearing black. We'd prefer you don't wipe it, though, on yourself. If it's white, you're going to have to get a complete new clean. But if you're black, you can rub it in. But as an official said, don't do that because then we're going to have to change out everything. You can't have any standing blood on you as a player.
So that was Tad Jaden. He will go off, and Lincoln Anderson will quickly check back on, as it didn't appear that any of the Dell Rapids staff had anything to clean it up. So now Jaden will go across the baseline, and Amy Richardson will get him taped up quick so he can go back out there.
And that's a total boy move as well. Just wipe it on your sleeve. You're fine.
I wiped it on the shorts. Then the official said, no, you can't do that. Then he did it about 3 more times, saying, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. And that's unfortunately not how that one works. Blanchette called with the travel. 9-8 still the lead for the Tanagers. 1:25 to go in the first. 2-2-1 zone, full court pressure being applied as we typically see by the Vermillion Tanagers. 3 ball by Pay, left wing off the mark, no, in and out. Carter and Trey fighting for that rebound, and the older brother comes up with it. He'll dish it now to his younger brother, Trey. Jensen left wing, skip past Blanchette. Preister has it now baseline. He's got double team, now to Blanchette. Jump pass to Trey Hansen, 20 on the shot clock. Good ball movement. Luke Jensen for 3. Off the rim, no. But a good offensive rebound by Carson Preister. He's inside through contact. He can't get that shot to fall. Another offensive rebound by Jensen. Put up, no. But a foul called, and Luke Jensen will go to the free throw line for 2. Very good offensive possession there for the Tanagers.
And I think it's one of those players that has really worked himself into the main rotation is Preister. Remember, he was not one of the key rotation guys when it came to the first 3-4 games this season. He has worked his way into that role, and the reason that is because of his hustle effort. He's not going to put up the flashy numbers when it comes to scoring, but he gets it done rebounding, and his help support defense reminds you a lot of like a Josh Hart for the New York Knicks. It sometimes doesn't put the biggest numbers, but you like his hustle and his effort.
First free throw, no good. Second free throw is good. Luke Jensen, first point of the ball game for him. It's a 2-point lead for the Tanagers. 10-8 in the first quarter. 40 seconds to play. Pay guarded by Blanchette. Larry Aker infuriated with the 7-0 foul differential. Wants an explanation from all 3 of our Zebras here tonight. Already gotten one from 2 out of the 3. Pay, left corner 3. That one's off the mark and no good. Rebound by Carson Preister. Could have had another cheap foul there on the rebound, but nothing called. And now the Tanagers will slow it up. Carter Hansen has it at half court. Shot clock is off.
And that's Jay Drake basketball, though, right? Don't commit the fouls and draw the fouls. That's how we believe we can beat you in a game.
Trey Hansen at the logo with 5, now with 4. He'll drive middle. Lay in, can't get it to fall, but the rebound is controlled by Lincoln Anderson, and that is how the first quarter will end. 10-8 your score in favor of Vermillion. We're going to step aside, back to the birdcage in 60 seconds on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car, deer, and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the Tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blue Tin Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit bluetindesign.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athletes.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. Vermillion Tanagers live and live ticket TV. After 8 minutes of play, the Vermillion Tanagers lead the Dell Rapids Quarriers 10-8. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me Heath Nimke. Jack Cloth, who recently checked in the ball game. He goes up, his shot is partially blocked away, and a foul called. Jack Cloth will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Trey Hansen, first personal, just the first team foul of the ball game on the Vermillion Tanagers. Dell Rapids, they committed 7 of them in that first quarter. First free throw is up and good for Jack Cloth. He's a 61% free throw shooter on the season. Second one up and also good. First 2 points of the ball game for Jack Cloth, and it's all tied up, 10-10.
Yeah, look for Vermillion when it comes to offensively. Go right back inside, see if they can't get Cloth to draw his third, and if he would have to sit immediately into this second quarter. And look to have Vermillion score a lot more offense in this quarter as well. They had open looks, they just weren't able to quite hit them completely.
Trey Hansen with the loose pass. It's poked away by Cloth and stolen by Jaden. Still tied up at 10. Dell Rapids trying to take back the lead. At one point, they were up 6-1. Then the offense got stagnant, and now we're all knotted up here at 10. Anderson has it. He'll back out. Lane line extended left side. Now to Pay. Back at the Tanager logo. Kicks over right side to Jaden. Handoff Pay. Looking inside the Cloth once again. Their crowd wants to throw it to him, but he's well guarded there by Luke Jensen. Again, he's got his work cut out for him tonight. Jaden left wing 3, in and out, no good. And Carter Hansen with the rebound.
Yeah, Luke's effort reminds you exactly of what Jake Jensen's assignment was years ago against some of the best players. You talk about the Bruns boys of Dakota Valley. It was Jake Jensen's job, maybe not to score any points, but to make sure the Bruns boys were locked down. His younger brother doing the exact same tonight against Cloth.
6.5 to go as another loose pass there by Trey Hansen. Had it poked away. He thought he got hit on the arm. No whistle called so far. A little elevator screen for Lincoln Anderson, but he lost the ball. Would have been a wide open 3. Pass inside, poked away by Gabe Larson, and it falls into the hands of Luke Jensen. Quickly up ahead, Carter Hansen to Cerny, and the lay-in is good. 2 points for Landon Cerny, and it's back to a 2-point lead for the Tanagers with 6 to go.
Just because you see an open guy for Dell Rapids, got to be careful because Vermillion really brings the help defense in, and that's how they got that last turnover.
Gabe Larson, quick one dribble, now back to Trey. Pump fake, he'll drive. Floater inside, off back iron, no. Offensive rebound, pump fake, that one's off the mark and no. Lot of contact, no whistle. Pay with the defensive rebound. He tries to go coast to coast. Turnaround floater, got it. Carson Pay, 4 points for him, and now a timeout called by head coach Larry Aker of the Dell Rapids Quarriers. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We're going to step aside.
I'm going to keep it right here because Jay Drake is going immediately to Trey Hansen and talking to him. The last 2 possessions now, Vermillion has settled for quick jumpers right inside the lane, Cole, because of the size of Cloth. But Jay Drake is saying you guys got to keep attacking him. When you take those step backs, you take those fadeaways, you're playing right into his hands. And that's one great ability we don't give enough credit to on Cloth. He's trying to go up and block shots, but he's quickly jumping back into his spot to get rebounds as well. He's been impressive to avoid the foul so far in this second quarter, but also helping out defensively for the Vermillion Tanagers.
Both teams with 4 timeouts remaining, 3 fulls and a 30. We've got 5:39 to play in this second quarter. It is 12-12, all knotted up. Tanagers with possession out of the timeout. They look inside to Trey Hansen, back out Carter. Pump fake, now he'll drive middle. Another pump fake to Jensen, good move. Lay-in is good. Luke Jensen now 3 points for him in the ball game. Great ball movement by the Tanagers, and they've now got a 1-possession lead.
And great job there by Cloth that if he was going to go up and jump, he was making sure his body was fading away from everybody else.
Trey Hansen with the steal, contact, count the bucket and the foul for Trey Hansen out of the steal.
Yeah, Pay that time was trying to take the man maker and just came kind of sliding into first base to take the charge. And of course, you got to be planted. You have to plant your spot there on the court and wasn't quite able to do so.
Double figures now for Trey Hansen. He leads all scoring with 10. It is a 5-point lead for Vermillion, 17-12. 5:05 to go in the first quarter. Del Rapids able to break the 2-2-1 full court pressure. Pay now has it back at the Tanager logo. Over to Jaden left side. Back up Lincoln Anderson off the double screen three. That one's off the mark and no good. Good job defensive rebounding by the Tanagers, specifically Carter Hansen on that last one. Drive inside, high floater. That one's off the mark. Again, got to adjust some shots with 6'11 inside. And now Del Rapids able to draw the contact.
Yeah, they're playing for the cheeky fouls now. Carter Hansen just did it a few moments ago of trying to pick up someone from behind, and that's the risk you run when you try to play chase defense, is if you can be the guy with the basketball offensively. Just know this one's behind you, pump the brakes. It's a little curb check or a check on the brakes, if you will. You're driving a car, Cole.
First personal on Carter Hansen, the second team foul. Anderson for three, got it to go. Lincoln Anderson with a little stare into the Vermillion student section after the shot, and it's down to a 2-point lead, 17-15. Good back and forth action we've seen so far here in the birdcage. Trey Hansen, he'll drive, lost it for a moment, and now we're going to get a 3-second violation going to be called on Trey Hansen.
Good call there by the official. I like it.
I guess his foot was in the lane when he got the ball originally, so yes, there we go. I was going to say, that move was definitely not three, but he was in the lane before that move, so I agree.
Yeah.
Halfway through this second quarter, it's a 2-point ball game. Again, thanks for tuning in wherever you may be on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. Quarriers getting inside to Jaden. A couple dribbles and a floater for him is good. 5 points for Jaden. Now balanced scoring for the Quarriers. Anderson with 6, Jaden with 5, Pay with 4, and Cloth with 2. Rounds out their 17 points, and we're back tied with 3:38 to play in the second. Trey out to Carter. Carter in the lane. Now he lobs it back out to Trey. And 2-3 zone here for the Quarriers. Inside Hansen up in our lay-in is good for Carter. 4 points now for Carter Hansen. Back up to a 2-point lead.
You like Vermillion's offense, but it's also getting very, very predictable, if you will. We're going to try to drive inside with either Trey Hansen or Carter Hansen, and we're going to watch 3 guys around the perimeter and just say, all right, we're going to come down to this offense possession and look at things. You got to make sure you're keeping things a little bit fresh, a little bit different if you're the Vermillion Tanagers. Love that they want to keep attacking inside. I understand they're trying to get that third foul on Cloth, but you got to make sure you're keeping the offense moving.
But if they haven't stopped it yet, why not? Like the old adage always says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Can it last? I'm going to say no, Cole.
Well, I mean, it really only has to last until halftime, and then when Larry Aker makes his halftime adjustments, they make some other adjustments, and boom, it's a little cat and mouse game.
See, if I'm Larry, I don't know if I'm going to make too many of adjustments on it. We'll see, though. We're going to have to see.
We're going to have to see. A lot of game left to be played. Turnovers both ways out of the jump ball and the missed shot by Trey Hansen. Still a 2-point ball game for Vermillion, 19-17. And an illegal screen going to be called on Del Rapids. Who's this going to be on? It's going to be on Cloth.
I miss Cloth, but I want to go back to a few possessions ago. I didn't really say it. They were really bottling up Jensen and making strong contact with him, not necessarily doing anything wrong. And yeah, he does. Check out the instant replay up here. He does just put the hip out there and a little cheeky, maybe hoping the official wasn't paying attention, but the official right on top of it.
That's one thing I noticed right away in the ball game is when he was setting screens and even missing on them, he was still moving that hip. And when you're 6'11", your hips go out a lot farther than you think. So a good call there by our 3 officials. 2 of them actually had that exact same call. But on the other end, Jackson Peppel with a defensive rebound at Carter Hansen's miss again. Peppel, the nephew of Vermillion head coach Jay Drake. And then an airballed shot. Trey Hansen with the rebound. He'll drive in past to Carter. Uncontrolled spin now to Cerny. He'll drive inside to Blanchette. Little 12-footer for him's off the mark, no good. Cerny tapped out the rebound. He instantly looked at the referee and said it's the other way. That's usually a telltale sign that it went off last off of him.
And also, head coach Jay Drake really starting to get up there in his age, if you will, when it comes to coaching against either his best friends or now coaching against his nephew.
I'm going to have to tell him that next time I see him, that you just called him old.
I think he'll have a slight grin and say, I feel like it some days.
You know what? There's about a 75% chance that is his exact reaction to that right there. Maybe you have to tell him in your next phone conversation.
We've had some heated conversations the last few days, if you will.
Oh, I can only imagine. Shot blocked away by Tad Jaden. First block for him. Again, we've been deadlocked at 19-17 for a while now. Both defenses holding very strong here in the second quarter.
Reminds me a lot of the girls' game. Remember, that was 21-17 at halftime. Saw a barrage of points from Vermillion in the third quarter to pull away in the girls' action earlier.
63 seconds to go, 12 on the shot clock for the Quarriers. Jaden kicks out to Peppel. Back to Jaden, right wing three, got it. Tad Jaden now 8 points for him, and it's a 1-point lead for the Quarriers, 20-19. And now the crowd that made the trip down here to the birdcage gets on their feet. 3-ball by Trey Hansen. First time we've seen him really step out and take a three. That one's off the mark. Jaden with the rebound. Dell Rapids going to slow things down a little bit, try to take some time off this clock.
I thought in the last 2 minutes here, after they got close to get his third, they really started to step away from working things inside and selling for deep jumpers or even three-pointers now. We'll see again how they adjust, because I know Koloth, he's going to have to really stay out of foul trouble going in the second half.
Quick three, Lincoln Anderson pulls up from the left side, and he gets to go. A quick 6-0 run by the Quarriers, 4-point lead for them. Trey with the response, down to Jensen. Contact, no call, lay-in is good. Luke Jensen, 5 points, and now that is how the half will end. 23-21 your score after 16 minutes of play here inside the birdcage. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we've got a first half stats and analysis as well as an interview with, I believe, Taylor Roover's going to come up next after this commercial break on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for low-gun equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the birdcage. It is halftime here in the boys' half of our DAC 12 doubleheader between the Tanagers and the Quarriers. The Tanagers trail the Quarriers 23-21 as we take a look back at our first half of the doubleheader, joined now on the halftime show by Taylor Roovers, the Mighty Mouse, we still call you up here. Obviously a good win for you and your squad, 60-50 that final score. That first half, though, it was, I mean, you guys obviously know it, a little shaky offensively, but you were able to kind of keep yourself in it with the defense. What were they doing on the defensive end that was really hindering you on that offensive side in that first half?
Yeah, you know, we just had a really slow start, really shaky and nervous, and I feel like we have that a lot, which we need to come out with more energy coming forward for these games. We got some big games coming up, and I feel like just coming out with more confidence is really what we need.
And then in that third quarter, it seemed like it was a completely different ball game. 26-11, you guys outscored the Dell Rapids Quarriers. you behind that a lot. I want to ask this question to all the players. John Brooks at halftime. What was the speech like? Was it more, well, we got to fix this, or let's just put this behind us?
He was more like, we need to get this behind our heads, and we need to come out with a stronger start than we did with the first half, and I feel like that was mainly what it was. Mostly just coming out strong with more energy to get it done together.
And obviously got the win 60-50. We look at the other side, Rory Thorson, another freshman that we see here in these DAC 12 games. How fun was that? You against Rory Thorson. It seemed like at one point both of you guys were laying around and wrestling for that ball about half court. It seemed like about 7 times in the ball game.
Yeah, I play summer ball with her, and it's just fun to play against people you know. Really competitive, but friends off and on the court.
Again, 10-point win, 60-50, and it's a short turnaround for you guys as well as you take on a very good Parkson squad up in the Huron Arena. How is it like playing all these classics on these weekends compared to just the regular season games?
Yeah, you have games throughout the week, and then you have to look ahead and see that you have a game on Saturday, and then you get prepared for it. Right, it's a quick turnaround. Have a quick practice tomorrow, nice and slow, and going through all of our scouting stuff, and then game on Saturday. I mean, how much better can it get than that?
Exactly right. Obviously, congratulations on the win, 60-50, and of course, congratulations on your big performance tonight. 29 points, 6 rebounds, 5 steals as well, and we also want to congratulate you 11-3 on the season. Thank you for coming up here, and you don't have to be so nervous for these interviews all the time.
Yeah, thank you, Cole.
Again, Taylor Roovers, the Mighty Mouse, joining us on the halftime show for a post-game interview. Now, I believe the third time that Taylor's been able to come up here and get our halftime interview. I feel like I'd be more nervous if you were asking me questions, Heath. Maybe that's just, I don't know. Maybe that's just the way I feel.
You get nervous if I ask you questions?
No, I feel like if I were a player coming up and you were asking me the questions, I would get nervous.
I'll give you softball questions. I don't want to make you too scared. I don't want to scare you. I can ask some deep depth questions. I just don't want you to be like what I saw on SportsCenter today, and they were interviewing some LSU women's basketball players, and one of the girls said what she said. Rather avoid that in an interview if I get in a player said what she said. And then I didn't really get, okay, sounds great, thanks, appreciate that.
Well, there you go. Obviously, the girls got the win 60-50. Slow start in the first half, but a big third quarter, obviously led by Taylor Roovers, 29 points and 6 rebounds. Here on the boys' side of things, it is a 21-23 deficit for the Vermillion Tanagers. Get you your first half stats. First for Vermillion, Trey Hansen, 10 points, 5 rebounds for him. Luke Jensen with 5 points, Carter Hansen with 4, Landon Cerny with 2 rounds out the scoring. They went 5 for 7 from the free throw line. For the Quarriers, Lincoln Anderson with 9, Tad Jaden with 8, Carson Pay with 4, and Jack Cloth with 3. And they are for their 23 points. It was 10-8 at the quarter in favor of Vermillion. It is now 23-21 in favor of Dell Rapids. I turn it over to my color analyst, producer, cameraman, statistician, ball knower, Heath Nimke. This is kind of what we thought coming into this ball game. We knew, obviously, every year, no matter who you play in the DAC 12, it's going to be competitive. It's going to be close. Dell Rapids comes in with the size advantage just about all the way around the lineup, but Vermillion defensively done a really good job slowing down the inside game of the Quarriers.
Great job of making the Quarriers settle for threes. When it comes to the high school level of basketball, you'll say, if I lose a game because a team, kind of like Sioux Falls Christian, right? A team like Sioux Falls Christian come out and shoot 50% from the three-point line, and you go, you know what, if they do that against me, then good for them, they deserve to win a game. So you're absolutely right. They've really made Dell Rapids settle for shooting the three. Dell Rapids at time has looked good. We look at the very beginning of this game, come out, hit a couple threes, go start 2 of 4 from the three-point line. From there, they've been really quiet. So great job from them of shutting things down inside. On the opposite side for Vermillion, it feels like at times they have either settled for shots or they just haven't been able to finish things off. And that will be the main focus coming out at halftime, or the halftime locker room, is if you're Coach Drake, you look at your inside game and say, not happy with it, And at the same time, I don't know if it could get a whole lot worse because I know Jay would know this. He's got the number in his head. Probably you look at 10, 14 points or missed on layups. I'm not saying easy. I'm not saying easy layups. But if you ask Jay Drake, he's going to say those are layups we have to have as a group. Even if I'm giving up 6 that we didn't make, going 50%, I'm fine with that. But just felt like they missed a lot more of those looks that they should have. Look to see if that gets corrected. And again, I would keep attacking inside. We saw them do that when Cloth was out there. Cloth gets his third, and they almost got away from it. Now with him back out there to start this third quarter, you want to attack that immediately again. I would not want him to get going at all. Now, I do say that Cloth at the moment is not warming up with the rest of the team, shooting just random basketballs. He's the only one currently sitting on the bench, so he's either ready to go or maybe we do see an adjustment.
Again, before we take a break, some numbers to look at. 12 out of the 23 points for the Quarriers scored from beyond the arc. 0 out of 21 for the Tanager scored behind the arc. We'll see what adjustments need to be made. Also, Jack Cloth, the big man underneath, 3 fouls in that first half. 23-21 your halftime score. We're going to take a short break, just a 30-second break, and when we come back, it is the final 16 minutes of play from the Birdcage. That is on the way next. Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV.
Quarriers helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at quarriers.com. Quarriers, proudly serving our community.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. Vermillion Tanagers live and live ticket TV. A quick look down south in the Sioux Falls Christian Dakota Valley game. The Chargers have the lead, I believe, and now I can't see the scoreboard anymore, so Heath Nimke up
18-13.
There we go, 18-13.
Into quarter one.
End of the first quarter there, Sioux Falls Christian with the lead over Dakota Valley. Here inside the Birdcage, 15 on the shot clock for the Quarriers. They start with the basketball going right to left on your screen. Right wing 3-ball Tad Jaden off the back iron, and no. He had that hot hand late in that second quarter. Trey Hansen with his 6th rebound of the contest. Inside Carter. Carter, back out Trey. Right wing 3, going to be short, no good. Rebound controlled by Gabe Larson. 2nd rebound for him. Fresh shot clock for the Tanagers. Larson, he'll take the left wing 3. Off back iron, no, but another offensive rebound, this time by Landon Cerny. Carter Hansen tries going inside with an underhand pass, and it's stolen away by Jack Cloth. First official steal of the ball game for him.
Yeah, a couple different opportunities for Vermillion with offensive rebounds and 3 technically offensive possessions, if you will, and just not able to make anything happen. And I thought going back to that very first part of that possession, Carter Hansen, when he got the ball inside the lane, took a shot from behind, and there was not a foul called. A little surprised on that one.
Well away from the ball, foul on Landon Cerny. Going to be his first personal and the first team foul. Cloth kicks out to Jaden. On the inbound, again, Luke Jensen with the job of fronting Tad Jaden. He gets his 2nd steal of the ball game. Carter Hansen tries an awkward pass to Trey. He's got it back, left block now behind his back to Trey. Trey lost it. He's got it back. Floater, got it. How in the world did that basketball go in the orange hoop?
Yeah, that was a great move there by Trey Hansen. Great defense as well by Cloth just to rise up and try to avoid everything completely. And impressive move by Trey Hansen.
23 apiece here inside the Birdcage. Inside to Jaden, 1 dribble. Shot up and good for Tad Jaden. First Quarrier in double figures. He now has 10. And it's back up to a 2-point lead. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Carter Hansen, Gabe Larson now to Cerny. They're going to swing it back and forth. Inside to Trey. Trey tries getting an underhand underneath the Jensen. Ball was tipped about 3 times. Larson with the pump fake. Lay in, no, but a whistle and a foul called. That's going to be the 4th personal foul on Jack Cloth.
Or, yeah.
I was going to say, I'm assuming, because he's walking back to half court.
Well, at one point he did look at Pay there and pointed at Pay like, hey, put it on him, not me.
Larsson's first free throw off the mark and no. So Nation will check in. Cloth will check out for likely quite some time.
Yeah, 5:48 mark. Cole, put that one down in your notes, and let's see how long Vermillion is able, or if they are at all, to get points going and really take advantage of things inside now.
Second free throw is good for Larsson. First point of the ball game for him. Back down to a 1-point game. 25-24 in favor of Dells. Pay, awkward pass to Fursdal, and they're not going to say it was tipped. So an over and back going to be called. Turnover and possession to the Vermillion Tanagers on their own side.
And maybe that's why Vermillion was chasing it down, because I was like, let that one go. I mean, Lincoln has nothing, but it's just going to go out of bounds.
From my angle up here, I thought it was tipped right away.
And it makes sense then why you would chase after it.
Cerny, pump fake. Now he'll take the left corner three and airball it. Call it a pass to Jensen.
I said that was a pass.
Credit Jensen with the offensive rebound and the putback. I love being favorable, but that
was a pass.
I don't know about that one.
That was a pass.
1 point lead for the Tanagers, 26-25, 5:05 to go in the third quarter. Anderson tries to respond. He can't get his shot to fall. Carter Hansen with his fourth rebound. Quickly up ahead, Larsson. He'll drive in, lay in, no, but contact from behind. Jaden asking how in the world that was a foul, but he ended up on top of Gabe Larsson.
I think he does have a point here. Yes, it's a foul. I don't know if that's a shooting foul, though, because of the way Larsson made his next move wasn't necessarily to the rim. It was taking another extra sidestep. At least that's what it looked like. Let's go back here on the instant replay here, Cole. I don't think that his move, again, it was a foul. Yes, certainly a lot of contact was made, but I didn't think it was quite a shooting foul as we check the instant replay.
He's going up with it.
Yeah, I guess he is going this way. Okay, I'm right on the scoop. I don't think I saw his right hand. Yep, definitely going up with the right hand.
Yeah, because, well, there's contact from behind, but he got the ball blocked away. That's why he didn't have the ball. So that's what you were looking for.
Yeah, yep.
You got the footwork right, but you missed this part.
I definitely missed the right hand going up. Absolutely.
Yeah. So out of the 30-second timeout called by Larry Aker, he has 3 fulls remaining. Gabe Larsson will shoot 2 free throws.
In my defense, I am the farthest person away to see or make that call in this whole entire gym at the moment.
I suppose that is correct. First one's up and good for Larsson. Now 2 points for him. Tanagers are 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Since Jack Cloth came off, it's now a 4-0 run for the Tanagers.
Yeah, I just got to mention that. All of a sudden, taking advantage of things inside. And when Vermillion is still going inside, too, they're drawing fouls. That's another key factor. Again, Del Rapids picked up a lot of fouls in that first quarter, and foul trouble could be an issue later in this game.
I was going to say they did it a lot in the first quarter. It was subdued in the second. That's why Del Rapids got that lead back. 3 ball for Pay, got it to go. Carson Pay, 7 points for him now in the ball game, and we're tied up at 28 apiece. As the Kansas City Roos defeated the South Dakota Coyote women 77-54. Trey Hansen goes up, contact, no foul. Jay Drake did not like that no call. He turns back around to his assistant coaches, got the head nod from Lewis Budmeyer, and he still wants an explanation. Regardless, it is Del Rapids' possession. Jaden has it. Now he kicks in the corner. Anderson for 3. That one's off the mark and no good. Rebound Gabe Larsson is one thing you're seeing. Now with Cloth not out there, Del Rapids kind of going back, not getting the offensive boards.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Cole. No offensive production for rebounding, and that's going to play another huge key factor again. Maybe doesn't show up in the scoring, but certainly something that we're noticing up here in the booth.
After the offensive rebound and put back for Trey Hansen, it's a 30-second timeout for Dre Drake. We're going to step aside and take it with him. Back to the birdcage in half a minute.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. 2-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers out of the J. Drake timeout, 30-28. Halfway through this third quarter. Again, thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers live and live ticket TV. I'm glad that my mom and dad could get back from the MVPCS wrestling in Mount Vernon. Trey Hansen lay-in is good off the steal. 3 steals and 16 points for Trey Hansen. 2-possession lead for the Tanagers.
At least your parents still love you and pay attention. I still don't know if my parents know I'm still alive in the year 2025.
I think this is about their 3rd game they've watched of mine all season so far. And their excuse always is, we're busy watching your brother play.
Good miss and putback by Carter Hansen. But again, Cole, help me out there. Isn't that considered a travel? I don't know if he got 2 or 3 steps, but he did just make a pass to himself because it didn't even draw iron there.
See, that's just simply one of the rules I do not know enough. And it's been talked about a couple times recently now as Jaden, 12 points for him. Carter Hansen, okay, they're going to call it on Carter Hansen. 2nd personal and the 2nd team foul. 34-30 now the score.
I've always known that you cannot advance the basketball by passing it to yourself, or even a loss of possession, or losing, I should say, fumbling the basketball away and then going and chasing it back down and picking it up.
But is that considered a pass to yourself, or is it a miss in an offensive rebound? That's the gray area in the rule. That is 100% the gray area in the rule.
Because it was a shot, certainly so.
Yes. But it's just a matter of if you can pick up your own air ball. I think if you would have dribbled with it, I don't think you can do that. But I think you can shoot it back up. Luke Jensen with the miss. Trey Hansen with another offensive rebound and putback. 18 points on 9 rebounds for him. And it's back up to a 5-point lead for the Tanagers.
But again, it goes back to Vermillion has really started to dominate inside. That tip back and put back in, I should say, by Trey Hansen. A lot of credit because Cloth not on the court.
Carson Pay out front, and now a foul going to be called on Landon Cerny, I believe.
That one's cheeky to give. If we're going to start calling that type of contact, we got to start calling that everywhere. And these officials have been letting these guys play so far tonight. Did not see a lot of contact there by Landon Cerny. That one's been let go all night long.
Number 3, Ryan Brandenburg checks in for the first time for the Quarriers, and Carson Preister checks in for Vermillion. It is now a 13-6 run since Jack Cloth has been on the bench for Dell Rapids in favor of the Vermillion Tanagers. Jaden with the size advantage. He'll drive in, floater, got it. Good move there by Tad Jaden. 15 points for him, trying to make up for the offensive output that they're missing with Cloth on the bench, and it's back down to a 1-possession ball game. Trey Hansen, long 3 off back iron and no, and the rebound is controlled by Carson Pay. One of those shots pretty quick there in the shot clock.
And with the way this game is going right now, too, is such low scoring. This plays more in the favor of Dell Rapids. They are not unnecessarily an offensive team like they have in the past, whereas Vermillion is a lot more offensive production and not maybe still keying a lot on defense, but again, offense carries them a long ways this year.
Trey Hansen inside, trying to draw a foul, not going to call it. Popo with the rebound. Trey Hansen now with officially a double-double, 18 points, 10 rebounds. Make that 11. Landon Cerny also has 4 offensive rebounds in the night, kept that offensive possession alive. Carter Hansen over to Trey, top of the key straight away. Got it.
Crucial 3. Very, very crucial. The way Vermillion has been shooting it from deep, you just need to see one go in. Could potentially open up the floodgates.
21-11 for Trey Hansen. It's a 6-point lead. 39-33. Pay draws a couple of switches, now will kick over. Brandenburg, he'll pull up from 15. That one's off the mark and no. Rebound Cerny, maybe not the guy you want shooting. He comes in, averaging less than a point a ball game.
By the way, Cole, since I have a quick moment here, I would not bring Cloth in to start the fourth quarter. The way this game has gone, I want to use him late in the game. We'll see if Aker agrees with me or if they bring him out to start the fourth quarter.
I'd go the 5:30 mark if I were you. Trey Hansen with the move. Lay-in is good. 23 points for Trey Hansen, 13 in the quarter, and that is how the third quarter will end. 18-8 in favor of the Vermillion Tanagers since Cloth went out.
And or if it were to get out of hand in the fourth quarter quickly inside, then I'm bringing back in. Cool, I believe we already have our question, though, answered. Larry Aker disagrees. They're going to bring Cloth right in to start the fourth quarter.
41-33 your score. We're going to step aside, back to the birdcage in 30 seconds.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back, Vermillion High School, Vermillion, South Dakota. 41-33 is your score. The Tanagers lead the Dell Rapids Quarriers. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Heath Nimke. We've got 8 minutes of regulation to play between these DAC 12 foes. Heath, we talked about my parents listening earlier. I want to give a huge shout out to anybody listening there at Wormer's Lounge in Mount Vernon, the best steaks in town. You will not find a better steak in the town of Mount Vernon, South Dakota.
We've ate there a couple times after playing some golf over in the area as well this summer, Cole.
You're dang right we have, and I bet it was good every time, wasn't it?
It was.
Exactly right. Up and under lay-in is good for Trey Hansen. 25 points now for Trey Hansen, and like we talked about, and that start of the fourth quarter, Jack Cloth is out there for the Quarriers. See how Vermillion tries to key in on him. Also see how Dell Rapids will use him offensively.
Yeah, already start coming out here, laying screens, and he's certainly kicking out the hip a little bit. You got to play really clean basketball if you're Cloth up there. You're going to need him the full 8 minutes.
Carson Pay, he steps back, he gets his shot to fall. So again, it was 18-8 when Jack Cloth went out in that third quarter, was the run for the Tanagers. So now with him back in, it's 2-2. Cerny, Trey Hansen, long right wing three going to be off. Carter Hansen thought about getting the rebound, could not quite handle it. Carson Pay got the ball and a nice nifty move. Now he passed it over to Jaden. Jaden in the corner, Anderson. Anderson three, got it.
Great movement by Dell Rapids. Came up quickly with Pay. Then he was able to break the three-man press by Vermillion. The one extra pass to find the open shooter. Great possession there by Dell Rapids.
Shot up on the other side. Good response that time by Carter Hansen. He's got 8 points. And the Vermillion student section, they're going to start getting back into this one with a defense chant. Still a pretty solid crowd on hand. Typically thins out a little bit after the girls' game, but very entertaining boys' game that we are watching so far. Jaden drives on Carter Hansen, lay-in inside, good. Tad Jaden, 17 points now for him for the 6'6 senior forward. He's been playing really solid the second half.
Yeah, he's always one of those kind of iffy players, if you will, for Dell Rapids. Sometimes he has a really big game and sometimes doesn't really get going offensively. But also Dell Rapids is giving the Tanagers a little bit of their own medicine and really starting to work things inside. And Vermillion not wanting to give the fouls. However, Vermillion is saying, fine, we'll just step out and shoot the three. As Cole, here in this first 2.5 minutes, they're not really going inside a whole lot. They're just stepping out, shooting the three. But it goes back to the third quarter when Trey Hansen made that three, and I said this could potentially open up the floodgates because you just need to see one. Sometimes basketball is more of a mental game than anything physical, more than anything about your abilities. It's all about sometimes just seeing one go through the net, and it can be that one that goes through the net for your teammate as well. And it's just, that's all this team needed was to hit one, and all of a sudden they're stepping up here in this fourth quarter and knocking down some big threes.
An update from North Sioux City. The Sioux Falls Christian Chargers lead Dakota Valley 45-27 with that is going to be your halftime score as well. We're going to take a short break. No, we're not. That's the 15-second buzzer.
Cool. I will tell you this, too. Analytically speaking, if you can have Sioux Falls Christian to 45 points at halftime, you have a chance of upsetting them. However,
it's true.
You have to also be within 5 or right in that area. Dakota Valley is nowhere close.
Yeah. But a lot of ball game left. 16 minutes. That Sioux Falls Christian team, they might hang 80.
Should I text Kleiss now and tell him best of luck?
No, you should text the Metro Sports guy. His name is spacing my memory now. Lincoln Anderson, 15 points, all from beyond the arc for him, and it's back to a 5-point ball game.
Pat Schultz, if he's there.
There we go. That's the name I was thinking of. Text Pat. 5:09 to play here in the fourth quarter, well ahead of the North Sioux City game. Cerny, corner 3, got it. Just like you said, Heath Nimke, just got to see one go in, and we've seen 4 of them go in since.
Yeah, and it's been just, again, lights out, and if you're Dell Rapids, you hate to die by that way of the sword, and some cheeky contact going on between Cerny that time and Olsen did a great job of selling it. Certainly the contact was there, but Olsen just threw his head back to make sure the official saw it, and he did. He bought it immediately and said, "You bet, we'll call the foul."
That's exactly what Jay Drake is saying. He said as soon as there was a slight bit of contact, he flinched his head back. That's what he got the call. Referee shakes his head no. Now Larry Aker going to talk to that same official, try to get on his good side a little bit with 4:40 to go in the fourth.
And don't be fake, Vermillion does the exact same thing.
Oh, 1,000%. And now an illegal screen going to be called on Carson Pay. Was moving when he said it, going to be his third personal. Just the first team foul, I believe, on the Quarriers here in the quarter. 1 on each squad. Tanagers have 2 timeouts left. Dell Rapids has 3. Jay Drake still getting that explanation on that Cerny call, and now he walks back more to the middle side of the bench. Again, Jay Drake, he's a guy, he's going to walk back and forth quite a bit along that bench as you see it on the right side of your screen. Trey Hansen with the turnaround and Cloth with a block. Third block for him, but the Tanagers got it back, 15 on the shot clock. Carter, delayed jumper, no good. Jensen with the board, he can't get that one to fall. And Pay with the rebound. Contact, and now a foul going to be called on Trey Hansen. Tanagers thought the ball just went out of bounds off of the Quarriers.
And Pay didn't have possession of it, so they're looking at trying to fight for the basketball. Trey Hansen certainly made some contact, but that was what Jay Drake was saying. No possession, you can't call that.
Halfway through the fourth, it is an 8-point ball game. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Heath Nimke. Got you covered for all aspects of this Pac-12 doubleheader. Lincoln Anderson, first points from inside the arc. He now has 17 in the ball game, and it's down to a 2-possession lead.
Yeah, you know Dell Rapids isn't going to go away, and they certainly have some stories to tell about interrupting Vermillion seasons and playing spoilers and heartbreakers. They would love to do it tonight here in the Birdcage.
Jensen in the corner. Carter Hansen now has it over to Larson, left wing. Back to Hansen. Thought about the 3 from the 10-foot line. Not going to get it. Trey, floater, no good. Rebound loose, controlled by Lincoln Fursdal, his third. Couple empty possessions in a row now for the Tanagers.
And they're settling for floaters over Cloth. Cloth is doing a good job to avoid the contact. But I'll see if after this timeout, head coach Jay Drake says, let's go attack him now.
51-45, 3:05 to play in the ball game. We're going to step aside, back to the Birdcage in 60 seconds.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
There's no better way to bring in the new year than with a new Deere. And Grossenberg Implement has a huge selection of new John Deere equipment as well as specials on used equipment from John Deere and other brands. Get dependable agricultural, residential, and commercial equipment at Grossenberg Implement with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. Stop by to visit with a sales professional today or go to grossenberg.com to browse the new and used inventory. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Do you have back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the birdcage. Well, there we go. Now I can hear myself. Press the wrong button here on your fancy soundboard here, Heath. We've got 3 minutes to play here in regulation in a DAC-12 battle. The Vermillion Tanagers trying to get this sweep of the doubleheader against the Dell Rapids Quarriers. Jaden drives left, lay in no. Cloth, offensive rebound, putback is good. 4 points now for Jack Cloth. First field goal of the game as well for him.
Yeah, and that comes at a crucial time for Dell Rapids. And talking about it right before the break, I wouldn't imagine they've just let Cloth loose now and just play completely strong defense and strong offense. If you get the 5th foul, you got to rely on the rest of the team to get the job done and complete this comeback. And not an upset necessarily, but a crucial win for the Quarriers when it comes to the DAC-12 and their season.
Anderson for 3, off the back of the iron and no good. Trey Hansen with the rebound, and now a rebounding foul going to be called on Carson Pay. 4th personal and the 2nd team foul.
Ball went all the way back to the room where they keep the football helmets at and all the equipment back there.
The equipment closet, you're telling me.
Yes, that's where all that ball went. Everyone's like, where'd Larson go?
Yeah, we got a hallway back in Mount Vernon where if you don't catch it in time, it'll roll all the way back into the high school, which is about 300 feet. Long 3 from Carter Hansen. That one might have been from 300 feet away. And an offensive rebound controlled by Gabe Larson. 4th block for Jack Cloth. Up ahead, Jaden. He's fouled. They're going to say it is going to be a shooting foul. Trey Hansen, 3rd personal, 3rd team foul for him.
And they call that on the continuation as well, because if they're going to call on Trey Hansen, Jaden was not in a shooting motion yet, but he was working his way in that fashion, and that's why they give him the shooting foul.
18 points for Tad Jaden on the season. He is a 78% free throw shooter. Jackson Pepple checks in. Carson Pay will check off. Dell Rapids 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Make that 5 of 5. 19 for Tad Jaden. Back down to a 2-point lead. 51-49. We have not seen many offensive points from the Tanagers in the last 2 minutes.
This reminds me a lot of the West Central game. It felt like they were going to pull away in the 4th quarter. Could not finish. Of course, West Central goes on to win. And, of course, they've had an amazing season. One of those games, though, if you're still Jay Drake in this group, you wish you could have that one back. You don't want to regret this one either.
Again, just one of 3 losses on the season for the Vermillion Tanagers. Jaden with the fake. Drive, lay-in is good. 21 points for Tad Jaden, and a timeout called by head coach Larry Aker. With 1:21 to go in the ball game, we are knotted up at 51.
Bad defense that time by Carter Hansen. There's nothing left to say to that. You cannot allow your player to work inside the way that Jaden has been playing this game all night long. You just can't allow him to move inside, and that's exactly what Carter Hansen did. And for Jay Drake, you remember last year, Cole, when it was close games like this, Vermillion was always going to find a way to win. This year, it is not that way. It seems like Vermillion is trying to fight for their lives, and or they can't finish the job. You maybe even go back to Sioux Falls Christian when it felt like maybe a couple different times there's that moment, that swing opportunity that Vermillion could grab something from Sioux Falls Christian. You go back to the West Central game here at the Birdcage and you just got to finish things off, and they couldn't do so, and that's just been kind of the mantra of this team so far this season. Can they kind of change the status quo tonight? Again, Jay Drake talks about getting the number 3 spot within this region. You need to win out, and that includes tonight. Very, very crucial. Next 81 seconds of the ball game.
51-51, 1:21 to play. The Tanagers will bring it across with Trey Hansen. He will walk it up the floor. Larson, Jensen, Hansen, Cerny, the 5 out there for the Vermillion Tanagers. Pay, Jaden, Cloth, Anderson, Fursdal. So the starting 10 are out there for both squads. Second personal foul on Tad Jaden, just the third team foul. Both teams have 3 fouls. Jay Drake has 2 timeouts remaining. Larry Aker has 1. Trey Hansen drives. He's going to be knocked to the ground. That's going to be Jaden's third personal and the 4th team foul. So the next one will be bonus.
Yeah, I don't think Dell Rapids and Larry Aker's plan was, let's get him to the free throw line.
How about that one? That one might have been part of the plan. Jack Cloth runs it up. 5th block for Cloth now in the ball game. But still possession for the Tanagers. 1 minute to play here in regulation. Trey drives, spins, underhand, lay-in, no, and they're going to say foul from behind, so either way we're shooting 2 free throws. I don't believe it's going to go on Cloth, but it's going to go on Jaden. Now his 4th personal. So Carson Pay, Tad Jaden, and Jack Cloth all with 4 personal fouls in the ball game.
Could be crucial. Could be very, very crucial, Cole, in case, not saying, in case we go to overtime.
Both free throws good for Trey Hansen. 27 points for him. 2-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Carson Pay will bring it across the Tanager logo.
And you don't need a 3 if you're at Dell Rapids. You just need a bucket. Or points.
Cloth, hands off to Pay. Pay, top of the key, 20 on the shot clock. Hands off to Anderson. Anderson over to Fursdal. Fursdal inside to Pay. Pay looks back to Fursdal. Pump fakes a 3. 11, now 10 on the shot clock. Jaden has it top of the key. Looks inside to Cloth. Cloth on Jensen. Cloth, couple dribbles, 12-footer, no good. Rebounds loose, controlled by Trey Hansen. Big defensive possession by both Luke Jensen and Trey Hansen.
That entire possession, they were trying to work it into Cloth. And again, it doesn't show up in a stat sheet. You can't play any better defense than what Jensen just did. Bodied up on Cloth, but never having your hands on him, owning your space and making sure you put your hips into it. You have that muscle in your lower body. Force Cloth into a bad shot, does exactly that. Perfect defense by Jensen.
Trey Hansen makes both free throws, 29 points for him. It's a 4-point ball game. Cloth throws it into Pay. It was stolen away by Larson. Now to Trey Hansen. They're going to foul him.
We talk about finding a way to win a minute ago, Cole, and that's exactly what Vermillion just did. Doesn't always have to look pretty, doesn't always have to be right. You just have to find a way. When things seem like they were about to go completely against this Vermillion group in the last 4 minutes, head coach Jay Drake gets that crucial timeout to get his group right in the head. Give Jay a lot of credit for the timeout, and Vermillion, great effort here tonight.
And 5-point lead, 9.7 to go. Trey Hansen, 6 for his last 6 free throws. Timeout called Jay Drake. It'll be a 60-second timeout. This game, if we look back and we play it week 1, week 2 of the season, very similar to that West Central game, like you said. They were up, maybe not as big as the West Central game. Dell Rapids starts coming back, and you talked about it earlier. This is where you see sometimes, maybe even earlier this season, they don't quite find a way to come back. But ever since that game against Sioux Falls Christian, there's been something different about this Vermillion team. And barring a miracle, they come out with a win.
And I think another big thing that Jay Drake talked about with his group at practice, or has emphasized more, is these type of games and what they mean crucial to the schedule. He says, sometimes I don't think my guys understand the seed points and how important it is to win certain games. Sometimes it's just a win or a loss and we don't necessarily think about it, but it's this type of game here that Dell Rapids, they're going to put that hinge right there on a 44 to a 47 seed points at the end of the season, but it's a whole lot different if you just don't win. Great way for the Vermillion Tanagers, like I said earlier, to find a way.
First Dahl to throw it in to Jaden. He'll chuck it up from 40 feet, and a shooting foul going to be called.
I missed that one.
We didn't quite get it in time on our replay. They're going to say actually before the shot. So ball's going to be out of bounds by the Dell Rapids bench. And it's going to be on Cerny.
Okay, it's going to be on Cerny, not Hansen. I think the ref was going on. I made a bad call there because I think he initially said that was a shooting foul, and he bailed himself out.
Lob inside to Kloth. Lay-in is good. Timeout called by Larry Aker.
This is just trying to...
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
The timeout means nothing here. Great defense, by the way, for Vermillion Tanagers. No need to try to stop a shot there by Kloth because Trey Hansen and Carter Hansen were both there, and they're trying to figure out where they're going to be lined up. Larry Akers looking over to head coach Jay Drake, and Larry, you only get 60 seconds here, so if you want to make something happen.
They want more time put back on the clock. That's what he was asking. But while he was trying to ask that, every assistant coach on Vermillion staff was going, which side is it on? So they were all looking at them and, want something going. Obviously, you need a quick foul and a quick shot again. Larry Aker does not have any more timeouts. Like you said, 3.3 left. Maybe a little too little too late for the Dell Rapids Quarriers.
Fans, by the way, we'll see you on Saturday up in Madison for the DAC 12 NEC Clash with an asterisk.
Let's play Sturgis.
We'll play Sturgis.
Yeah.
Play Sturgis, a team that dropped Yankton on their schedule because they didn't want to travel over to Yankton earlier this season.
And then they traveled to Madison.
To play Vermillion.
A team that Yankton picked up because they were dropped by Sturgis.
And at one point, Dell Rapids Sunday was supposed to play Sturgis.
Funny enough.
Requested the film on Sturgis on Sunday. I don't know any of that. I haven't had those conversations.
Tanagers throw it into Trey Hansen. No foul, and that is going to be how the ball game will end. 57-53, your final score. Maybe a little closer than we thought it was going to be, but still a very good ball game here in the Birdcage.
Yeah, definitely a lot closer than I thought this one was going to be tonight. Nothing against this Dell Rapids group. I think they're a great group and a great coach with Larry Aker. But for Vermillion, I thought that was maybe more of the story for them is they struggled again offensively, and that's been the one thing going into this season. Vermillion might have the best offensive team. Jay Drake said this, best offensive team he has seen in his 17 years of coaching. And when you hear Jay say that, you just kind of expect a minimum of 65 points at least a game. You almost want to see stuff like Sioux Falls Christian putting up 80-plus points a game, and things look flashy and things look good. And they weren't tonight, and they've been that way at points this season. But again, it goes back to the old roots that Jay Drake has established in his 17 years here at Vermillion is defense. The old mantra, defense wins championships. Well, maybe not so necessarily, but certainly defense does win games. And tonight and several other times this season, Vermillion has had to rely on that. And when those roots run deep, when you can rely on your defense in games and in situations like this, you're always going to find a way to win.
57-53, your final score. We're going to step aside when we come back. A full statistical breakdown of this game as well as a couple of interviews. That is all on the way next on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the birdcage. Post-game show as the Vermillion boys get the win over the Dell Rapids Quarriers, 57-53. Get you your final game numbers as well as a couple of post-game interviews. That is all on the way. First, your final stats. First for Dell Rapids. 53 points, and their leading scorer was Tad Jaden. 21 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists for him. Lincoln Anderson with 17. Lincoln Fursdahl, so that's not 15, excuse me. He did not score. He had 5 rebounds. Looked like 1-5. Supposed to be a slash and a 5 on my book. Carson Pay with 9 points and 4 rebounds. Jackson Pepple with a couple of rebounds. And Lincoln Fursdahl with those 5 rebounds as well. They score 53 points, 8 in the first, 14 in the second, 10 in the third, 20 in the fourth for their total of 53. They went 5 for 5 from the free throw line. They will fall to 8-6 on their season. For the Vermillion Tanagers, 31 points scored by Trey Hansen, as well as 12 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Carter Hansen, the next leading scorer, with 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Luke Jensen with 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Landon Cerny, 5 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist, and Gabe Larson with 3 free throws, as well as 4 rebounds for him. They scored 10 in the first, 11 in the second, 20 in the third, 16 in the fourth, for their total of 57 points. They shot 14 of 18 from the free throw line, and they will move to 10-3 on the season. For Vermillion, big win for them as always, as Heath Nimke getting chirped at by Booster Club President Andy Meredith. I can only imagine what in the world this conversation is going with. Again, 57-53 the final score. Heath, we've said it over and over again, just a great all-around win by the Tanagers.
Yeah, great overall win. It's always important when you can kind of pick up these type of wins when it comes to the DAC 12 and just battling through the adversity tonight. Things didn't go your way offensively multiple times in this game. You look back to the first quarter only having 10 points, and then just even you were able to finally get close out there in the third quarter, finally got some offense going, and in that fourth quarter to start as well, hit some big threes, but again, just then late in the game, not able to hit some shots, but find a way to make things happen, and a great job by Vermillion to get it done. Yeah, Trey, it's not good. Sioux Falls Christian's taking it to DV right now.
67-47 that score at the end of the third quarter. As now we're joining our post-game show, Trey Hansen. Trey, it seems like just about once a week you're up here joining us on the post-game show. Obviously, want to congratulate you guys on a big win, 57-53 How you feeling?
Pretty good. A lot of people don't think, but that's a good basketball team when they have Tad going. They can score the basketball really well. You got 6'11" in the paint.
You talk about 6'11" in the paint and Jack Cloth. You guys went after him early, specifically you on that, playing up with a free throw line, little high post action. You went after him early. You went after him often. You guys were able to sideline him quite a bit that first half, even that third quarter. How'd that change your offense when he wasn't out there?
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you don't have 6'11" blocking shots. But our coaches told us he'll jump, stay disciplined, pump fake, go into him. And if he wants to back off, you're going to finish. If he wants to jump on top of you, you're going to go to the line, and you just got to knock him down.
Obviously had a great scouting report. 4 fouls, 2 in that first, 1 early in that second, and also 1 early in that third. We look back at that first half. You guys did a great job going inside the paint. All 21 points were scored inside the paint, nothing from outside the arc. But you allowed 12 out of their 23 from outside. It seemed like what you guys were doing good offensively, you weren't doing as good defensively.
Yeah, no, we didn't shoot the ball great tonight, and obviously their one guy got going, number 11. I think he got going. Tad got going from the outside. But our coaches always tell us they don't care what we shoot from the outside. We should be in the game no matter what.
Again, 57-53, the final score. It was hard-fought all the way to the end. Obviously, another great performance by you. 31 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, credited to your name. And it's a short turnaround for you guys. You guys are going to play Sturgis on Saturday up in Madison. My bad about that one. Have you guys seen anything on Sturgis yet? Are you guys are kind of going up there and saying, all right, we got our game moved around a bunch. We got, film from a bunch of different teams because we got moved back and forth. How's it going to be on Saturday?
They're going to be a good basketball team. There's no way around it. So we got to go up there with a great mindset and play hard, battle, and we got to go get that one.
Well, Trey, congratulations. 57-53 the win. You're now 10-3 on the season. Thanks for joining us. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
And again, Trey Hansen, 31 points, 12 rebounds, a double-double for him in the ball game. Now joined on the post-game show, Lewis Budmeyer. Coach, it was close all the way. Yep. Seemed like you guys were up by a bunch, then maybe even down by a bunch. But you got the win, 57-53. How's it feel?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, the moral of the story, in reality with our situation, we're playing playoff basketball right now. Every game is kind of a winner go home type deal. The kids absolutely fought. Dell Rapids, kudos to them. They did a heck of a job. When we felt like we were finally getting them at an arm's distance, maybe going to stretch this thing out, boom, they went on a 6-0 run just like that. Or we'd hit a 3, we're like, okay, we got it to 8. They come back down and answer with another 3. On the Dell Rapids side tonight, Jaden, that kid's a problem. He had a heck of a game. I'd be interested to see his shooting splits. I don't remember the kid missing a shot tonight. He did a phenomenal job using his frame and using his body. And it's on us, though, too. We let him get going. He got a wide open look to start. And a kid that's good at basketball and is confident, he sees one go, well, hold on, because they can go off for a lot more. Then Anderson was huge tonight, hitting threes. I think he's a sophomore kid, a young kid. Did a really good job. They run some really good stuff. We struggled guarding a lot of their sets, a lot of back screens, double screens, and stuff like that. We didn't do a great job of talking, so a lot of stuff we can fix. But the moral of the story is the kids found a way to get the job done.
Yeah, you talked about 2 big names, obviously Tad Jaden, Lincoln Anderson with big scores. One name we did not hear from a lot, Jack Cloth. You guys went after him early, you went after him often, and you sidelined him for quite a bit.
Yeah, that's the X factor of the game. That's something you'll see in the box scores if you have the minutes broken down, but a lot of box scores won't have that. But that was a huge tipping point, especially in that third quarter. We got his 4th, I think, sometime in the third. So they had to finish almost a whole third quarter without their big guy. And he gave us fits in the middle, but our guys did a good job playing off 2. He likes to block shots. I would too if I was 7 foot tall. So we up-faked him, went through him, and then got him in foul trouble, which helped us big time, especially trying to break that zone. That zone's a problem. It packs the paint. It makes you shoot threes, and we actually got looks all night, good looks pretty much all night. They just didn't fall tonight, but that's the sign of a good team. When his shot's not falling, you still find ways to win basketball games.
You talk about Jack Cloth, 21 minutes and 35 seconds officially in the stats. Usually that number just about north of 30, his average on the season. You talk about not being able to shoot the ball very much offensively, 21 points, none of them from outside the arc in the first half. But like you said, it seemed like you guys were struggling outside, you were able to go inside because he got clothed out.
Yeah, big time. And even when he was in there, too, Trey did a really good job. When our guys are patient in the paint, we can get to where we want to be. We're going to get and ones. We're going to get finishes. Trey kind of got it going, I think it was end of the first, into the second, and all was stuff in the paint. Just him being patient, ball fakes, up fakes. Basketball's a really simple game. It always comes back to the fundamentals. And when you're fundamentally sound, good things are going to happen. And we found a way to score in the paint. We're proving time and time again. We know we can shoot it, but you can't rely on shooting threes. So I know everybody wants to shoot a bunch of threes, and man, it's fun when it's going. But when it's not, you still got to grind it out and find another way to win. And the guys stepped up huge. We were big time at the free throw line. What did we end up?
14 of 18 from the free throw line. Trey was 6 of his last 6 as well.
Huge clutch free throws down at the end. And that's what Trey needs to do. When you're the guy on our team, there's no hiding around that. When you are the guy, when the lights show up, you got to shine even brighter. There we go. And he did. He made clutch free throws at the end, had big shots, and then even a couple assists at the end too. He'd get down, a little dump down to the short corner, and we'd finish. He's kind of when Trey goes, we go.
Again, 57-53 the final score. It's now a short turnaround for you guys. You guys are almost taking a page out of the girls' team's book. Seems like you're playing during the week then every Saturday. Take the long trip up to Madison. Get to play Sturgis on Saturday. What are you seeing from them?
They're a really solid team. Growing up in Belle Fourche, it was always a rival of ours. So back when I was in high school, it was the old districts form. And so we always had home and away. So we always played Sturgis twice. We didn't get them very much. They had a good run when I was in high school. But it's kind of a winning culture. They had a pretty successful football season this year as well. They're well coached. They run a lot of good sets and a lot of similar stuff that we saw tonight with a lot of screening, a lot of off the ball action. They're tough to guard, but he's got to step up to the challenge no matter who it is. I always preach to the guys, if you want to be great anytime, anywhere, anybody, we play our basketball the way we play. Let's go.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Now 10-3 on the season. Thanks for joining us. Good luck Saturday.
Thanks, Cole.
Again, assistant coach Lewis Budmeyer joins us after every game. We'll be talking to Heath on Saturday, actually. Heath Nimke making the trip up to Madison, South Dakota. Pac-12 NEC Clash. I believe the 1 o'clock game, right? 1 o'clock, 1:30, somewhere like that.
The 1:15
1:15, there we go. I knew it was an odd time, but I did not know exactly what odd time it was. Last update on Sioux Falls Christian, Dakota Valley. It's 77-57 with 4.5 to go in that one. Sioux Falls Christian well on their way to a victory. In the girls' game, the Tanager girls moved to 11-3 on their season with a 60-50 win over Dell Rapids, and the boys moved to 10-3 on their season with a 57-53 win, complete the sweep of the Dell Rapids Quarriers. Heath, any final comments?
Just have to continue to stack and build these games. You talk about what it would take to grab the 3 seed, like Jay said, and we've all kind of discussed 17-3 is what you got to finish at if you're the Vermillion boys. But ultimately, it's not even about the 17-3 mark. I mean, if I told you go 17-3, you're going to take it. But if you went 17-3 and you're escaping by in games, and maybe you're not taking care of business the way you think you should or the way you're supposed to be, you're starting to doubt yourself going into the postseason. And for this group, that's what we kind of talked about last year. Even was this was a group that wasn't supposed to make the state tournament a year ago. They just weren't. They were a year ahead of their time, and this was the year they were supposed to make it to the state tournament. Now, granted, Sioux Falls Christian was not in that equation for the region, but you still have to believe that this is a good enough group to get back to the state tournament and at least be a threat. But at this moment, Cole, you have to continue to build there. They are not quite that team yet. They need to get things sorted out offensively and just stay consistent. Again, you can win games like this, 57-53, but if you want to hang with the best of the best within this class, the offense needs to start continuing to build in the right direction. Not necessarily points, but just taking care of business and getting the looks when they have those type of looks. They do that, they're headed in a very, very good spot. Just got to continue to build. And again, it doesn't get any easier because these are the type of situations that you hope to be in the postseason. Is coming up with Crow Creek, okay, yes, on Tuesday, a tough game against Dell Rapids. And, yeah, I know what, Sturgis got 3-4 wins in the season, right, on paper. It's We should win by quite a bit, right?
Yep.
But you're not going to.
You have to win those games when on paper it looks like it's going to be a blowout.
And you're not going to blow out Sturgis.
Exactly.
You're just not.
Yep.
And historically, in the DAC-12 NEC clash, ask Jay Drake how his teams usually do. Guys have forgotten to get on the bus at times. So
forgotten shoes even.
They have forgotten shoes. Karskosberg, we have not forgotten about that. Yes. So the DAC-12 NEC clash is certainly not an easy test for the Vermillion boys. We'll see if they can take care of business on Saturday.
Again, Vermillion girls with the win. They will go to Huron on Saturday to take on Parkston. The boys with the win, they will go to Madison. That'll be our next action here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. Heath Nimke got full coverage of that one. For Heath, I've been Cole Larsch. Thank you for tuning in to the DAC-12 doubleheader. Heath Nimke will see you all on Saturday. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your week.